Looks dope. I'm over expecting anything to change, so all I expect now is content. So I think it looks really good. And honestly, the more I've played Resurgence, the more I've gotten used to the movement and feeling and everything. Especially having like double time, the game feels fast enough now. They're never going to change anything else, so I don't care. I'm not going to keep getting my hopes up and then being disappointed because they're not going to ever change the movement or make sliding good or make dolphin diving faster or make the animations quicker. So I'm done with it. So at this point, all I am going to care about is content, and this season has a load of it. Vondel can be excellent.
Has potential.
It has the potential to be actually like, it looks so cool. I really hope it's fun to actually play. All depends on that water. Yeah. For ad-free episodes, as well as early access and bonus episodes, check out our Patreon. Free trials are available.
Activision devs do not play their own game.
3,000 devs can't figure out how to add a reconnect feature to a AAA title, I guess. I don't know.
Because Infinity Ward doesn't tell their consumers anything.
Maybe that'll take some of the sweats away from Shoot House.
You can cope about that, for sure.
Thanks for tweeting, at least. Thanks for doing more than Infinity Ward has done. They just keep tweeting about the soccer bundles in the store.
Things that are bad. We've got a couple words. Why don't you kick it off, Tanner?
This is going to be a longer section than the first part you guys heard.
Change it, obviously, of course. We are live! Boys and girls, welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty Podcast, episode number 332. In case you've forgotten about us, we'll get into that. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. Today, as always, I'm joined by young Tanner, once again. Back at it again.
Yeah.
Still hasn't changed his ear cups.
Nope. Not gonna.
She should. But anyway. Welcome to the show. So today, we have an episode about Call of Duty, and most fortuitously, we have quite a bit to talk about. So as we had explained in our last episode, we will be getting, a roadmap for Season 4, which we did. We're going to sink our little teeth into that. And we also got a blog post for Season 4, which we're going to sink our little teeth into as well this fine afternoon. Now, if this season's release is going to look anything like the season release of Season 3, which it, as of now, is looking like, we're going to learn actually a lot more about Season 4 from the blog post than we will from the patch notes we're going to get later on for Season 4.
Yeah.
Quite a bit more, actually. So that's, of course, because this is an Infinity Ward title and they don't really do patch notes. They certainly don't take them seriously. And also, a lot of times, or at least last season, the patch notes were kind of just a rehashing of the blog post. There wasn't much new to talk about. So with that said, obviously we'll still go over the patch notes once they come out, but this is going to be the bulk of the intel, excluding Vondel, which we'll get into, for Season 4. So there is a lot to get into today, and I'm very excited. Now, with that said, we did have to do an emergency podcast cancellation on Saturday, and we apologize for that. What happened was, I went fucking river rafting with, my aunt was in town. Shout out to Katie.
You call me the river rat, by the way, and you're going fucking river rafting.
Well,
the most white piece of shit thing you can do.
Everyone.
God, white people love river rafting.
Everyone was just a river rat, dude. Just white people whose skin was like leather.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Drinking a bunch of beers, beer bellies. Lifting trucks in the parking lot.
A lot of hippie talk too, and it was something else. A lot of nature people, which
liberals probably.
Which I just No, they were like hippies.
Really?
Like off the grid. Dude, so we had like a guide, right? And he sat at the back of the boat, and like he had two paddles himself. They're like the strapped in ones. Anyway, this is our guide. He was like maybe 35, 40. He's probably he's like 38. I think he said so. He unironically lives off the grid. He was talking about his life. He lives literally off the grid.
Live like in a van?
No, in like a dwelling of some kind.
Lives in that boat
like
you're on.
plumbing. No plumbing, no electricity, I don't think. I'm pretty sure he has like a generator or something. He was talking about how they heat water with like a thing. Dude,
With fire,
it was
yeah.
crazy. Some crazy shit. Like literally lives off the grid. I've never met someone that actually lives off the grid. Anyway, it was crazy. But the point is, yeah, I thought that was going to be taking place on Friday. And then I learned it was going to be taking place Saturday, which is when we had scheduled the podcast, obviously. So what we would have done was just move the podcast to Friday. But unfortunately, Tanner was gone on Friday. So it was just kind of shit luck. If we had planned it in advance, I think we still would have done only one podcast anyway that week, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe we would have done more, but I mean, either way, Tanner was going to be gone Friday. I was going to be on Saturday. So, and Sunday is the Sabbath, so we take that day off, obviously. So anyway, sorry about that. That's what happened. Shout out to Jesus, I guess. If you want to hear more about the river rafting trip, I don't know. Does anyone?
No.
It was river rafting. Here's what I'll say about river rafting. I thought it was going to be like a fucking, like a crazy ass river the whole time. It's not. It's really slow. Dog shit doesn't move very much. And then there are like specific little junctures where there's like a class 4 rapid or whatever. And it's like a 20-foot long, like whatever. A bunch of water comes together and it gets crazy. And
Did you like at all come close to like maybe flipping over or anyone falling out?
No.
Okay.
No. Although, and that's the thing too, some of the rapids were class 5 out of a total of 6. So class 6 is the most intense rapid. And we did class 5s and they were fine.
Huh.
So like the danger and excitement of river rafting is wildly overestimated. Now I will say we were also in a boat with like 6 people plus the guide. So we were in quite a big boat or raft. And therefore it's got a lot more surface area. It's a lot harder to flip a raft that big.
That's pretty normal size, I think. 6? I thought they usually had more than that, actually.
Ours was supposedly on the bigger end.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
our guide was saying. But I don't know. But what was I gonna say? I will add, if I was in like a one-man canoe, the class 5 would have been fucking insane.
A kayak or something? Yeah, you're flipping over, I'm sure.
Dude, yeah. That's where it would get super crazy. But yeah, with that, it wasn't that much. And then I geared up. I wore a fucking water shirt. They recommended we do we put on their little wetsuits, which I did, which was a good idea. It was not sunny the whole time. It was sunny some of the times. The only part of my skin showing, I guess, was my hands that were paddling. And dude, I haven't gotten this sunburn in a long time.
God, they look like dog shit.
Dude,
that's a weird color.
The first day they weren't even red, they were swollen. And I've never had anything swell from getting a sunburn before. Yeah. They hurt fucking terribly.
Yeah,
badly.
People sleep on putting sunblock on the top of your hands. That I've had the top of my hands burnt. Not as bad as that, but it doesn't feel great, especially when you're always fucking
hibernation on it.
Day.
Yeah, it was not good. Not good. So they still hurt like fuck. And this was almost a week ago. So hopefully that starts peeling soon.
Did you ever just get to like jump in the water and swim? Like at some point during it? Like when you guys like took a break or anything?
We could have, but the water was fucking freezing.
Well, you're in a wetsuit,
I was
right?
not about to do that. Yeah, but it was like their wetsuit. It wasn't super tight.
Yeah.
It wasn't like my own wetsuit, you know?
Yeah.
It was, yeah, no one did it. But one guy took a bath, but he wasn't in our raft.
Well, he was off the grid. That's why he wasn't. Yeah, he was actually showering. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So sorry about that on Saturday. That's why I got canceled. But you know, I might talk about that more on Patreon if you guys care. But I kind of said everything.
You ever seen a manta ray? Like you know what manta rays look like?
I know what they. I don't know the difference between that and a stingray, but I've seen one of those before.
Yeah, we may go manta ray viewing essentially when we're in Hawaii, where you float there and they come right underneath you, and they can be like the average wingspan of them is like fucking 12 feet, and they swim like right under you and like touch you basically, but they don't.
Damn, I didn't know they were that big.
Yeah, they don't harm you at all. They don't do anything to you. They're not dangerous. But I didn't know they're that big, because even like on videos you see it and then they're like, you can't tell, but that wingspan's like 12 feet long. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
That's cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
If they're not dangerous, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris is a giant fucking pussy, but I think me and Sierra and my dad might do it. Chris is a dumb pussy, so yeah.
If there are companies that will take you viewing, they can't be that dangerous. Because if it was, they wouldn't do it.
And it's like the
liability
most
would be
thing
too
to do
high.
there, it seems. Yeah.
Although I will say the better option is always turtles, the sea turtle viewing. You should look for that instead.
I mean, we've seen a sea turtle. We've seen a few just swimming out in the ocean. Like
we've seen, dude.
Like they come right up to you.
Yeah, the last time we went to Hawaii, we did like the boat thing or whatever, and we found a ton of big ass, like fucking huge turtles.
Yeah,
and they were just swimming around us. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to turtles.
Yeah,
and they don't fuck with you. They're just chilling.
Yeah.
Just vibing, moving. Turtles are great. Shout out, great animal. Great little animal.
Turtles are pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the show. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. Before we get into that, a few announcements. So sorry about Saturday. Welcome to some new patrons. First of all, new platinum patrons. Our first ever free trial conversion, Cam. Cam signed up for a free trial, which is now available. Patreon.com/thedropshot. You can get a free trial for gold or platinum. 7 days, you get access to every Patreon episode we've ever done for that tier. And Cam capitalized on this first, and he said, you know what? I love the content. I'm staying on board.
Did he tell you
shout
that?
out to you, Cam. Yeah, he said it. He DM'd me. He gave me a phone call, actually. So shout out to you, Cam, and welcome aboard, buddy. Very much appreciated. Glad you could join us. Also, Kitty, upgraded from gold to platinum. An absolute king/queen/royal person. Very kind of you and much appreciated. In addition, better than you guys, Griffin H upgrading to the Damascus tier of Patreon. What an absolute god. Griffin's a bit of a pretentious name, but you're a Damascus patron, so I'm going to let it slide.
Are Griffin and Kitty related? Both of their last names start with a J there, but it's cut off.
No, that's in the email it says just.
Oh.
Just signed up.
I was like,
upgraded.
that's weird. Both of them have a J last name. Okay.
No. Yeah. So they're probably not related.
Yeah, I don't think they're related at all then, yeah.
Griffin, thank you very much, dude, for the upgrade. Very much appreciated, King. Welcome to the Damascus Lounge. You don't have to slum it in the patron alley anymore.
Yeah, that shit little alley. Yeah.
Join the fucking Discord, by the way, if that didn't make sense. Speaking of the patron alley, welcome to our new annual gold patron, saving some money, Jarrett P. An absolute king. Jarrett, saving yourself an amount of money with that annual discount. Welcome aboard, Chief. Excited to have you. Also upgrade, though. And thanks in advance. And thank you for the new patronage. Very much appreciated. And last but not least, last and least importantly, we got some more free trial patrons. So you guys don't matter, and I'm not thanking you. I'm just acknowledging that you've become a freeloading patron. So we'll see. If you convert, then you'll have my thanks. But for now, you don't. You don't have my thanks. You have an acknowledgement that you've done the free trial.
They barely started the free
trial. You barely deserve that, but we are magnanimous people here, and we're going to acknowledge you exist anyway. Moist Pork Roll, change it. Marcel R. Scott. Aaron with the worst spelling I've ever seen. O. Brendan T. Hayden W. Big Log 99, change it. Julius N. and Jack N. Our new free trial patrons. We'll see how many of you
Aaron
stick
spelled
around.
his name wrong. There's no way that's how he spells his name.
Hope not.
Arron. I've never seen that.
Me neither.
It must be like he's putting a fake name in there and actually just didn't know how to spell Aaron.
Possible.
I mean, there's just I don't believe it.
Maybe it's pronounced differently. I don't know. These Zoomers, dude, their parents are fuck on some fuck shit, as they say. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's a real name, huh?
He's not a person until he upgrades anyway, so it doesn't matter. Those are the new free trial patrons. You've been acknowledged. So as a reminder, patreon.com/the Dropshot, you get ad-free episodes, you get early access episodes, and you get bonus episodes. All of that starting at only $5 a month. And now you can try it out for a week. We have free trials available for gold and platinum. You can listen to all the bonus episodes you want in that 7 days without spending a solitary penny. And if you like it, you can stay on board. So we have the free trials available. Check it out if you've been interested. As another reminder, this is only going to be for the month of June. In July, the free trials are fucking gone. So if you've been curious, you better join now and look into it and see if the early access, the ad-free, and the bonus episodes are worth it for you, because that's going away once June is over. So acknowledgments to you guys. Couple other announcements here real quick. Next week, our schedule is going to be fucked.
Oh, completely. Yeah.
It's going to be fucked. We're going to get it done, but it's going to be fucked. So Tanner's going to be out of town. He's going to Zion for a couple days. So we will have a firm schedule for you on Monday, but we are 99% sure we're going to have a news podcast on Tuesday instead of Thursday. And then on Saturday, we are going to have a recorded podcast go live for the public feed, and patrons will probably get that one early as well. But this won't count as a bonus episode. This is not a Patreon gone public, so it's not going to eat into the Patreon bonus episodes. But we are going to be pre-recording a Saturday episode that will be scheduled to release on Saturday. If we have the time to, I will maybe just put that live early for patrons on Patreon. In fact, I probably will do that. No guarantees or anything, but next week's schedule is going to be weird. So we will still have a premiere on Saturday. We will have the news pod on Tuesday. We are hoping for some more intel on Vondel by then.
Yeah.
And we are not sure if we're going to get it, but that is the idea. Tanner and I are going to meet again on Monday and iron out that game plan. But just as a warning, next week things are going to be weird. But for this week, things are not weird. And we're doing Q&A this Saturday, right? Was that the plan?
No, this Saturday was supposed to be the Vondel episode, but it depends now. I don't know.
Okay.
Because we were expecting a Vondel blog post today because they said yesterday they said more info tomorrow, which is today. And then they said something about there's going to be a trailer released for Vondel during some video game thing at noon today, and so far none of that info is dropped. And if it's just a trailer, then it doesn't matter. So I don't know. Maybe if there isn't any more Vondel info, maybe we just do a Q&A, because that's what we were supposed to do last week when we canceled. I don't know. Yeah.
We will let you guys know on that topic. You'll probably know by Saturday. But in either case, for the patrons out there, for all tiers, we are also going to record a Patreon bonus ep before Tanner leaves. And that is going to be a Vondel brainstorm. So again, unless we don't get any info on Vondel, which I think we will. So before that happens. So before he leaves, we'll have a Patreon episode.
Vondel, so yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So before Wednesday. Tanner leaves, we will have recorded some bonus episode content for all of our patrons as well. Tomorrow we're going to record, I think, Q&A for you platinum boys and girls, but for the gold patrons, which is everyone, you guys will have some content when Tanner's out of town as well. So the content is going to be pretty, the faucet is, what's the expression? They turn the faucet. I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. There's going to be a lot of content coming out next week, but the schedule itself is going to be kind of weird. So if you're a patron, you're getting shit. If you're not, patreon.com/dropshot, we have free trials. There's literally no reason for you to not try. And also, you're going to get stuff too. But the schedule is going to be weird. Last announcement, real quick. We will this month be back partnered once again with our brothers and sisters over at MANSCAPED.com. If you're not a patron, you will be hearing a Manscaped advertisement in this episode. And we need and demand you guys go to manscaped.com and use promo code Dropshot during the month of June. It's very important. More details in our behind the scenes episode. We'll talk about it more. But if you need products from Manscaped, go there. It would help us a lot. This is not the ad read. We're going to have another ad read also, but I want to make sure I scam those of you who pay on Patreon for ad-free episodes. Oops, not ad-free, was it? Because I put this in here and I won't be editing this out of the bonus content. So get fucked. Manscaped.com, promo code Dropshot. Very important this month. Figure it out. If you're listening for the jingle, here it is.
Shelly, thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. Shelly, thank you. We appreciate that. Shelly's been really supporting with the cash lately.
Shelly.
More people should be like Shelly. I don't need to always kickstart it. It's usually actually the audio that needs kickstarting, like the soundboard sounds for some reason, which is weird though because this is through the same program though. I don't know how it works.
All fucking right. Welcome, boys and girls, to episode 332, all about season 4 today. Boys and girls, lot to talk about. Let's dive in. As far as patch notes, changes already in effect. Not too much. The bulk of course, this episode is going to be on the season 4 roadmap and blog post, which we've gotten. But there have been some changes. We'll get into those now. Raven made a tweet sometime this week. Starting now, Champions Quest, which is the nuke contract, is enabled for all players in all core BR modes. This week is your last chance to earn the current Champions Quest rewards before they're retired. New rewards coming with Season 2, or with Warzone 2 Season 4. So, this is fucking insane. The Champions Quest, again, is the nuke contract. So the idea is that, or how this used to work, is that you had to win, what was it, 5 games in a row
yep,
of Battle Royale. And then when you load in on your 6th game, you will have the Champions Quest, which is a very detailed, in-depth, difficult contract to do, that if you complete that, then you will nuke the Warzone map, and then you get a bunch of cool rewards. You get the nuke skin, you get a calling card, you get an emblem, you get a weapon charm, you get other things weapon even stickers, as well.
Yeah.
And you get a weapon blueprint that changes with every season. All very cool stuff. We've only said good things about this. And one of the things that's really good about it, of course, is that it is a difficult, challenging, achievement to get that most players will not be able to do. And because there are so many rewards, including an operator skin, it's both difficult and the reward for completing it is commensurate with the difficulty. So you can show off how good you are at Warzone. But now, everyone can do it, I guess.
Yeah.
In all core BR modes. So you no longer have to win 5 games in a row to get access to the contract. And you can now try as many times as you want to finish the contract. Because before, you would get 1 attempt per person on your team after 5 wins in a row. So a max of 4 tries in a row. And if you fail the contract 4 times in a row, get fucked.
Yeah.
You have to win 5 in a row again. but that's all gone now. So now it's not like it's free, because you still have to complete the Champions Quest contract, which is difficult to do. But that is, and let me be clear, significantly less challenging than first winning 5 fucking games in a row and then completing the quest on a limited number of attempts, rather than not having to win at all with an unlimited number of attempts. Yeah. This is insane. And now the nuke skin means far less than it used to.
Yeah, it means basically nothing now, yeah. I used to think when I saw players like, oh shit, this guy's a nuke skin. Now it's just going to be, oh, another guy with a nuke skin. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. And I've seen some people pointing out, like Swags, one of them tweeted at Raven today. He said he ruined pubs with a nuke contract. 50 people back out immediately because they don't get it. Makes total sense, yeah. People they want to get that so badly. If they don't get the contract before someone else does, they just leave the lobby. So, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why you're playing pubs Al Mazrah anyways. But, yeah, I guess to get the nuke, that's the only reason. So, yeah.
That's funny.
Real slap in the face of the people that grinded and had to do this to then just, average Call of Duty in 2023, catering to shitters for doing nothing, yeah. So this is really dumb. They did all this work
to make something so cool, and then they just piss all over it.
They should be ashamed of themselves, yeah. I guess it's to be expected since they released the nuke skin in a bundle, basically. That was the nuke skin, but actually better, so I guess it was to be expected.
Yeah, pretty soon they're just going to sell a bundle that's identical to the rewards, like literally identical, and they'll just charge. It'll be part of the black sale.
Yeah, operator. Are they going to, like, in 2 months be like, oh, anyone can get Orion with this new unlock, get 500 assault rifle kills in multiplayer, and you unlock Orion for every gun? Like, they're going to do some dumb shit like that, too? I don't know. It's crazy. Very few things in this game can show off, like, how good of a player you are or what you grinded for, and then they just choose to piss that away. They probably did it for the devs so they can try to hop on and get a nuke themselves, since none of them are good.
Ooh.
Maybe some of the devs wanted the skin, yeah.
It's possible, yeah. So
they're all playing DMZ,
anyway,
though.
terrible, miserable, awful decision.
Yep.
And Raven tweeted it. It sounds like something Ted Timmons would do.
Because Ted's all about the people. Yeah, everyone's equal.
Raven is great at executing, not so great at thinking of things to execute on. So if they have an idea, they'll make it happen, and they'll do it well. But the ideas they have are often not good ones. And this is one such example of that. So, yeah, if you got the nuke contract and you have the nuke skin and you're very proud of that, get fucked, I guess. Because now it means far less than it used to. So F's in the chat for that. And yeah, it would ruin lobbies. That's a good point that Swag made. So anyway. Next, this was tweeted today, I believe, from COD Updates, at COD Updates. I think this is in our news and upcoming changes, but I'm just going to talk about this now. Call of Duty has recognized, Activision has recognized, that when you have 500 different development studios, each of which inconsistently tweets or makes blog posts or talks about things on their various different websites about changes that may or may not have been made to the game they all work on together, they finally have realized this is kind of confusing, and if someone wants to like see what has changed in the last week, they have to go to 20 links.
Yep.
Maybe we should not make people do that. So we're going to now make a Twitter account called at COD Updates, one word, CODUPDATES. This is now, the idea is a unified Twitter account where everything that gets updated relating to COD, the game franchise, will be tweeted here. So instead of having to click on 20 links or 20 Twitter accounts to see what, server changes or updates or playlist updates or whatever, you can now just go to one. Now, great idea. Hopefully they actually use it. And this isn't going to be another Trello board situation, meaning they create a thing and then don't use it. That's the Trello board. That could be the case with COD Updates Twitter account. I'm hoping it's not, but so far they have been tweeting.
Oh, they tweeted so like anyway, 3 things, yeah.
They did tweet today and said this, at COD Updates. So this is an official account, by the way. This isn't like a Charlie Intel. This is like an official one. Our studio teams have made meaningful progress in deploying several server-related fixes and upgrades over the last few weeks. We have seen significant performance improvement in several areas of concern, including crashes. We remain committed to tracking and pursuing these issues and will continue to share progress. So this is what I would expect to see from a Twitter account like this. And if it's true, that's good, because there have been a lot of server issues, and including crashing. So an acknowledgement that it is an issue is nice, and if they are updating it and fixing it, that's good as well. I will say, I've had my servers get really fucked like twice in the last 3 weeks. So the servers have been pretty good for me, but I was also not the one most affected when like season 3 launched. So I'm not the best person to ask, but yeah, hopefully they're actually helping the servers out here.
I had two crashes in the last few days that were the ones that are so bad where it freezes your whole computer and you have to hard restart it. I got that twice.
Yeah, not great for you.
Where it doesn't even give you like the dev error. You can't even pull up Task Manager, nothing. You have to just hard restart your PC. So, and that hadn't really been happening at all in Warzone 2, really. There were tons of dev errors, but I didn't have that issue too many times. So I've had that a couple times in the last week.
Yeah, so they're working on it, supposedly. So anyway, moving on now to news and upcoming changes. This is the meat and the potatoes of today's broadcast, starting with a nice little roadmap image. So we got the Season 4 roadmap. This is probably included in the blog post, but we're going to start with this as always. It's fun to get a nice little teaser. And we'll go in order here. Let's actually start with multiplayer. So we're going to start on the right side of the screen here.
You're getting fucking
crazy,
crazy,
we're going to get fucking insane right now. Yeah. Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer maps. So we got some new maps coming. Showdown, Kunstanar, District. Those are 6's maps. We got 2 new Ground War maps, Mawiza Marsh and Akhdar Village. Mawiza Marsh is at night, by the way. And those are just both from El Mazrah, yeah. And then Mercado and Penthouse, 2 new gunfight maps. So I have really almost nothing to say other than Showdown is a remake of a COD 4 map, evidently.
Yeah,
I don't
not a good map
either.
I'm not sure. I guess it's fairly popular. I always thought Showdown was a fucking horrible map. It's a square. It's a square. Oh. There's like a big
statue.
I mean, I guess there's like a statue in the middle, and there's a lower area, as you can see here, and then there's that higher area there where people could also go. Whoops, I fucked up the image. Where people could also go, so it's like people can be up high there, head glitching, people can be down low. I don't know. It's a completely uninteresting map. I don't know. I never liked it at all in COD 4. I was surprised to see as many people excited to come back as I did see. So I'm like, I did not think people liked this map, but whatever.
I didn't even remember it, so it must not have been that good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There are better COD 4 maps, probably. That's what I would
most
say.
of them have been remade though at this point. I don't know when Showdown was remade last. I think it's had maybe 1 remake.
Yeah.
But
so anyway, whatever. And then Kunstanar District. Very hard to tell what this map's going to be like based on the screenshot. I will say it's nice and fucking sunny out, so I'll take that.
Yeah. I think the blog post goes into depth on all these maps too and gives more images and talks about them.
Okay.
I bet that's from Vondel, like somewhere in that area.
Ooh, yeah, maybe. So yeah, we'll probably have more details on that once we get into the blog post. But moving on, 2 gunfight maps, don't care at all. And then the 2 battle maps, yeah, are just the ground war doesn't matter. It's not a game mode. So they're also adding 12v12 search and 12v12 prisoner rescue. 12v12 search sounds kind of fun. Whatever. I don't really care. There's going to be some new gunfight blueprints. Oh, they say gunfight blueprints. That's interesting. Does that imply they're going to bring back the gunfight tournaments where you get a weapon blueprint if you win?
Yeah, how else would they give you blueprints? How else would that work if it's not in a tournament? Because I don't know. I haven't really read the blog post, but I didn't see anything. I didn't see anyone talking about a tournament. But that would kind of line up. Because
what else
would it be? You just win one match
yeah.
and you get a random blueprint? That's too easy.
Well, they also gave everyone the champions.
Yeah, maybe
quest,
you just actually
so.
click on gunfight to start queuing for it and then back out and it gives you all the blueprints. That's hard enough. You know?
And Orion.
It lets everyone get a chance to get it inclusive.
So anyway, it would be cool if this is signaling gunfight tournaments. Maybe we'll have more in the blog post. But I will add, the blueprints themselves look fucking miserable, dog shit, and trash.
They look cool. They're colorful.
They're colorful.
The one on the right looks dope. I can't tell what that is. What gun is that? Is that? I don't know what that is.
I'm not the guy to ask.
Kind of looks like or maybe it's the M13.
Yeah, I know the one on the left is a Castov.
Yeah, and the one in the middle, I
it says Castov
think that's
on
the
it.
Victus, I believe. Hard to tell from that image. It's so small. They probably talk about it in the blog post.
Yeah, so anyway, moving on. Weapons, operators, and more, so we'll definitely hear more about this. The Tempest Razorback Assault Rifle. The ISO 45 SMG. So, yeah, the ISO 45 looks like...
It's a striker. Striker 45.
A striker, yeah. Yeah. So that'll be maybe good, maybe not. Slow firing, high damage as far as SMGs go.
Yeah, it never had a big mag, I think, was its issue in MW19. Wasn't the biggest mag only like 30 rounds?
It was
maybe it was
dog shit,
increased for
miserable, and
Warzone,
trash,
but I don't
yeah.
remember. I don't remember if that was the case. Yeah, I don't know.
I like the idea of having a 45 as a sub though, because it is like a different type of SMG than most of the ones we have now.
Yeah, most of them are fast, high fire rate.
Yeah.
It feels different for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Which I like. I like guns that feel meaningfully different.
Yeah.
So that hopefully it's good, and it's good in different ways. So maybe it has like a way better first damage range to offset like a slightly slower time to kill and way slower fire rate compared to like a MP5 or something. That'd be cool.
Headshot
so we'll see how that
too better. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see how that pans out. And then the Tempest Razorback, I don't know what gun that looks like. Do you?
I mean, this looks like a bullpup AR. I don't know.
I'm a big bullpup guy. Most bullpup guns, for whatever reason, I quite enjoy in FPS games. I don't know why, but I like them. And that's a big bullpup.
Kind of looks like the F2000. Was it called? No, it doesn't look like that.
Tar?
Never mind. Yeah, never mind. That one looks a lot different than I was thinking.
What's it called? Was it called the Tar?
MTAR.
MTAR.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bullpup assault rifle. I'm sure it'll be pretty good.
Yeah. So we'll have more. That default mag looks pretty, I guess, standard, maybe 30 rounds. I don't know. Whatever.
Probably just 30. Yeah.
Anyway, new operators. Nikto is coming back. The Edgelord from MW19. I would buy that operator skin if they didn't have pay to win bundles anymore, but I'm done with microtransactions until they remove them, which they never will. So I guess I'm just never buying a microtransaction until minimum next year. And then as soon as they do pay to win skins again, I'll have to stop. We'll see. But that would suck because I would love to buy Nikto, but I can't. And if I did, I would have to pay a service fee to the Dropshot LLC.
Yeah.
In equal measure to whatever I spent on COD points, because you would owe us money if you're supporting this company financially that releases pay-to-win operator skins. Cringe, shoot yourselves with a res pistol. In-game Activision. Anyway, so Nikto and Vega, I don't care, Anna Vega, whatever. A new event, Assault on Vondel. I'm sure we'll get into that. And then some new bundles. So yeah, that's kind of the right side of the screen. What are your thoughts?
Cali sticks, something that looked like Cali sticks are coming back.
Tonfuzz.
Yep. That's unlocked through the Assault on Vondels. Hopefully it's impossible to get. Black Cell bundle is coming back again, the Black Cell Battle Pass. So reminder, if you purchase that, it's probably $29.99. If you purchase it, you can go to the dropshot.com. You have to go to the dropshot.com, click the donate button, and donate us $30 on PayPal, because you should not be giving Activision more money.
And if you do, you owe us money.
You owe us money, yes.
And by the way, if you don't do that right away, then there is a $10 per week VIG we add. So
we'll do $5
save up
per week.
60
10's
bucks.
a lot to do in 1 week. We'll do
10's
$5
a lot.
week.
We'll move it down. We'll be generous. Yeah. We'll do it $5 a week.
Yeah.
So if you want to buy Black Cell and you're smart, you'll save up 60 United States dollars, buy Black Cell, and then also give us $30 right away, because you don't want the interest to start accruing. And we will break your kneecaps. Yeah. And you will sleep with the fishes if you don't. So anyway. So yeah, we'll probably talk more about that. On the left side here, Warzone, new map, Vondel, DMZ, and Resurgence at launch. So it's now confirmed, as Charlie Intel said, we will be getting Vondel on the launch of Season 4, which is in 6 days. So that's quite exciting, actually. For DMZ, don't care. They ruined the mode. But Resurgence, quite cool. And I'm quite excited. And this is also the most detailed screenshot we've gotten so far. There might be more in the blog post.
Yeah, there are a lot more. Quite a few more.
But it's quite sunny. Quite a bit of water, which is not great.
Yeah, we'll get right into the sun.
We'll get directly into that. Okay, well, yeah, anyway. So yeah, we'll talk more about that. But it looks, I mean, it looks pretty bad. Because of the water. People are going to be in the middle of the map now, and they can just disappear in water.
Yeah, instead of the water all being on the outside,
Exactly.
it's like sure, it's not like a big open ocean. It's like canals you swim across, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't. There's a lot of water. I think
it's going to play fucking horribly.
It gives me kind of Verdansk vibes. A lot of It's all buildings, actually. It's all buildings and some water. So, going to be very interesting for sure.
We'll get more into it.
Yeah, when we look at more screenshots.
As far as I can tell, it looks like it would be a pretty fun Resurgence map, but there's a ton of water in the middle of the map, which is unlike Ashika. And like Tanner said, you can just hide in water indefinitely, and even if they see you, you're invincible underwater from fully automatic assault rifle gunfire, which is a problem in and of itself, of course, but on Ashika, you can just go toward mid-map, and that's not an issue. No one can hide from you in this way. But on Vondel, there's a bunch of water dead center of the map. So people are now going to just be treading water with their floaties on, just waiting for you to run by and fuck your ass. And if you happen to see them, they just hold down, and they're good. They're invincible. And they're invisible also most of the time. So terrible. Don't put water in FPS games. Don't put them on the maps. Not fun, not interesting, not a cool dynamic, doesn't add anything. It only subtracts, obviously. And you guys are all going to learn that on June 14th when you play Vondel. You're going to learn, unless they have massive sweeping changes to how water mechanics work. And even then we'll be at a neutral. Because the best place we can get to is it's not worth getting in the water anymore, so no one does. That's the best we can hope for. But at that point, why did we add water at all?
If they just made the water more clear, then that would solve like every issue. Because at least you can just track the person and watch them and just wait. Be like, okay, I see them. I'll just wait for them to come up for air.
Yeah, but there's other people.
We'll look at the other screenshots. Maybe the water's a little bit brighter on this map. Just from this screenshot, it looks like a lighter color than on Ashika. But it's probably just because the map's sunny and Ashika's more overcast. So maybe it will be a lot easier to see in there. I don't know. Because that would fix most of the issues for me. That would be good enough if you can see where they're swimming.
It would help, for sure. It's one thing they need to do, yeah. But
yeah, I mean, they have to come up at some point, or they'll just die down there, so it's pretty... You can just wait.
I know, but, like, I don't want to have to be watching these guys swimming underwater when I can't kill them, and also have to worry about, like, other people, like, third-partying me.
Yeah,
it's like,
I mean, they can only... You only stay under for, like, 10 seconds now, though.
Been done.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. At least it's not like Ashika where someone can just swim and go all the way out to the edge and then you'll just never see them again. This, because of the canals, they either have to jump off and go to a ledge, they have to pop their head up, or they can only swim straight, so you kind of know the direction they're going. It's not going to be like the Ashika water, at least, but the downside is it's like all around the map. It's like in the middle of the map.
I agree with that assessment, yeah. It's not as bad, but there's going to be way more instances of it. So we'll get more into that. Maybe in the blog post, but definitely once we've played it, obviously. So anyway, there are also a ton of DMZ updates. Now, reminder, they've added pay-to-win DMZ skins to the game. So I don't care about DMZ anymore. unfortunately, because maybe these are really interesting and cool, but I don't care because they ruin the mode by adding pay to win skins. But we'll talk about them briefly here. New faction, Phalanx, which is that's a Greek fighting formation with a shield, your left hand, the spear in your right.
Interesting.
And then you overlap the shield, so the person like to your right is the one shielding you. Very interesting. It was very effective. Shout out to the hot gates of Thermopylae. Anyway, there is a new weapon case reward, new vehicle boss. God, that's just two things I fucking love in my PvP game is vehicles and bosses, AI bosses. That's fucking awesome. I love new vehicle bosses, so that's really cool. Signals Intelligence, SIGINT, new contract as well. So again, those three are Vondel only.
Look how cool, by the way, the
DMZ
inside of
only.
that like house looks where that screenshot's taken. That's what. So this map visually looks very appealing. That's the cool thing about it.
That looks like a comfy ass couch.
It's a great looking. It's great looking visually, and I feel like the insides of the buildings are going to be really cool. It looks like it would be very fun to fight, so I don't know. I also thought, judging from the screenshots, Ashika was going to be terrible, and I really like Ashika now. I think Ashika's like a way better map than Fortune's Keep and shit. I think it's really good, so we'll see. Our opinions will change a lot on the map from looking at it to playing it.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see.
But it's a pretty map.
Another new DMZ update, out-of-game wallet. So this is what they needed on launch that they didn't have. That could have made this game really fun and interesting. Maybe this will make it really fun and interesting, but there are pay-to-win skins. So we'll probably have more details on that. An upgrade system, faction rep, and urgent missions. So that all sounds pretty cool if there weren't pay-to-win skins. So we'll get more into that. Gameplay features. There's going to be an amphibious vehicle added to Vondel. That thing does look pretty cool. It looks like the Mako from Mass Effect, actually.
Yeah.
So that's something. High stakes public event, which is going to be on Vondel only. Reinforcement flare field upgrade on Vondel only. I don't know what the fuck that means.
It's a random redeploy. So like when the Resurgence has ended, if you find one of these, you shoot the flare up in the air and it'll randomly deploy one of your teammates. You can't pick who it is. It's fine, yeah. Cool. It's fine.
That's cute. And then
it'll make for
Vondel
crazier
only,
end games probably. A lot of people store those the whole game.
Especially if there's a lot of them, yeah. Yeah, your backpack's just full of fucking.
Oh my god!
You have two shitters on your team, so your backpack's just full of fucking flare guns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then again, what I just love to hear about in my first-person shooter video game, a dynamic fog system. That's awesome.
If this was DMZ only, this would be great.
Awesome.
But if this is in Resurgence or when Vondel becomes a BR map as well,
yeah.
It's just like look how pretty.
Only here.
Look how pretty it looks. Bright skies, and then why do they have to ruin it with fog? I don't know, man. I don't understand why they do this shit. If there's one type of weather I would say the vast majority of people do not want in an FPS game, it would be fog like this. Like, I would rather take rain. I would take snow, of course. Snow is cool, but that's a lot more work to cover a map in snow or some shit. I would take anything other than fog. I would much prefer nighttime. If you're gonna do something different, do like a nighttime. Like you load into the match and randomly it's like dark out. And
the way they did Rebirth night was really well done because it was well lit, but it was night.
Rebirth
so
and
but you could still see people.
Yeah, and the Haunting of Verdansk event. We said this way back then, and I still stand by this. Haunting of Verdansk at nighttime literally had better visibility than Verdansk 84 or Verdansk most of the time because all that dog shit haze was gone and it was at night. So people, I think people are scared of night because they think you're not going to see anything. But no, they've done it before and it worked out better than their daytime version. So nighttime Vondel would be cool too, but no, instead we get the miserable fog, which is the worst part of the worst type of weather mechanic they can put in the game.
Yeah, actually, absolutely, yeah. So they ruined Al Mazrah with the sandstorm. They just love obstructing visibility. It's their favorite thing. How many weather events could happen? Like, let's think of weather events that could happen. There could be a hurricane. Probably can't see super well if it's a hurricane,
I
but
wouldn't think so. No.
better than fog. There's fog. There are sandstorms, I guess. There are blizzards. There are tornadoes. There are tsunamis. There are earthquakes. There's a lot of weather things you could do that aren't going to ruin visibility. There actually aren't that many.
There aren't that many.
A lot of those kind of ruin the visibility also, but just take it out. Just make it
at least
sunny,
it's
clear
not
day.
a random tornado like Battlefield 2042 has that just comes
That's
through the
really
map
dumb.
and flings
And
people
will
and
kill you.
vehicles in the air. Yeah, that's not at all fun. Again, Battlefield, why the fuck do you do that? Crazy. I can't believe that exists. But yeah, fog is not going to be fun, unfortunately. Because I was really excited, too, because that was the first thing I thought of this map. I was like, oh, God, Vondel looks great. Nice and bright, middle of the day, looks solid. And then I just hope it's very rare. I hope the fog is like less than 10% of my matches. But it'll probably launch and be 50% of the time you'll get the fog.
Yeah, well, and... regrettably, we'll get more into that.
Yeah,
so.
I think they talk about it more. Maybe it's just like it comes in and leaves. Because if it just like comes through for 5 minutes, I wouldn't be that mad. But I feel like the way it's going to work is it's going to start very early in the match and it'll last the entire match.
There are ways that it could be done that actually wouldn't be that offensive to me, and maybe actually would be kind of cool. Like there's randomly really dense fog in like parts of the map. That don't last the whole game. That actually could be kind of cool.
Yeah,
then it's like someone threw a smoke.
Yeah, that wouldn't be horrible. But if it's lasting the whole match, that's not going to be fun.
If it's lasting the whole match, or if it's like on the whole map, then it's terrible, obviously. Yeah, so we'll get into it. But anyway. And then there's going to be a Vondel only LTM called Lockdown. So probably going to get into that as well. So that's the roadmap.
Yeah.
So far, first impressions? What are you thinking?
A lot of content. Looking good so far.
Yeah, a lot of content.
I need some water.
A lot of content for sure. This is the first, I would say. Well, no, season 3 had ranked. But we're finally kind of out of the recovering from our errors phase that Warzone 2 has been in. Where like season 2 just had almost no new content because all of the development time was dedicated to rolling back miserable design decisions made on the launch of the game. For example, the 2v2 gulag, a bunch of other things I forget right now, but they were just rolling a bunch of shit back. So we're finally out of that phase, which is good. So there is a lot of new content here with season 4. But I am not optimistic about most of this. The new guns, actually, I'm the most optimistic about. I think the ISO 45 can be really cool and spice up the SMG meta. Maybe make it more versatile, because right now it's really only an MP5 or a Vaznev, which, is fine. But there was a time in Warzone 1 when you could use actually one of like 6 SMGs and they were all viable, depending on what you wanted. ISO 45 might contribute to some more diversity in that way. And then this new AR could be cool as well. But the AR meta is much more held up by poor weapon balance than the SMG meta is right now. Because like the Cronin is still just really dominant and really good. And if you took that out of the mix, then maybe the meta would be similarly diverse. Hard to say. But adding a new gun can't hurt unless it's grossly overpowered. But in that case, they would nerf it. So now let's get into the actual blog post. So we're going to have a lot more details on everything we've talked about thus far, and maybe a lot of things we haven't talked about yet. So here we go. This was posted yesterday, June 7th. And let's get into it. So they write some words. Yeah. Okay. They write some more words. Season 4 launches June 14th, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Expect patch notes prior to the release of Season 4. Probably be the morning of June 14th.
Yeah.
So they start with Warzone overview. Vondel's coming out. We're getting some other things. We're gonna get into more details, so I'm gonna kind of skip this.
Yeah.
New map, Vondel. So we have another screenshot here.
Yeah,
this
there we
is
go.
dropping into Vondel.
Lot of
this
water.
is a great screenshot. And yeah, you can see there is a lot of water.
It's a lot of like canals, basically. Like
yes,
when you think of Amsterdam, something like that for you people out there.
So, okay, again, I'm very worried about this, but it's possible the water won't ruin this map. Because besides the water, it looks like a pretty solid map.
It looks
at
cool.
least right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I will reserve my judgment, obviously, of course, until after I play it a lot. But really the only thing that it appears to be holding me back is the canals that are like mid-map. The water surrounding it is like whatever, because Ashika Island, you can play around that sometimes,
that'll be
especially once they fix the circles. But this, you won't be able to play around the water. You're going to have to like deal with it. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, nice little screenshot there. Size-wise, Vondel's geographical footprint is between Maz and Ashika, welcoming up to 18 operators for DMZ and 72 operators for Resurgence.
So it is
modes.
kind of like massive Resurgence, like I had talked about. Yeah.
Yeah. It's right there in the middle. Because right now, on Resurgence Ashika, the player count is what, 60?
No, 52 at the most, I think.
Is it?
Quads, I believe, is 52. What is 52? What is 52 divided by 4?
13?
Yeah, I think that's right. I'm pretty sure it's 52.
Okay. So 72 would be 5 more teams. So there would be, instead of 13 teams in quads, there would be a maximum of 18 teams, right?
I believe yeah, something like that. The math is close enough, yeah.
Yeah, so going from 52 to 72 operators, very, 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 very fucking cool. Tanner did originally have this idea, and it turns out he was pretty much spot on. Whether or not you name this mode Massive Resurgence or not doesn't really matter.
I don't think so,
because
no, yeah. I think it's
the how it works is the same as Massive Resurgence. It's Resurgence with more people than normal Resurgence, which is what this is. And that's really cool for a map that is bigger than Ashika but smaller than Maz. That's fucking awesome, and that's like one of the most, I think, compelling aspects of Vondel as a map and Resurgence as a mode on it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a Resurgence kid who just loves to like run around and kill people. There's more people to kill now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, it's a bigger map, so it's going to balance out, but
yeah, somewhat.
it'll be harder to win.
Sure. It will be harder to win, not for us, but for everyone else, I guess, when we're not in the lobby.
And
yeah,
especially knowing now there's such a high difference in player count, these need to be 2 separate playlists always. They need to always have Ashika. If it's just one playlist, Ashika fucking quads or something, fine. But there always needs to be both of them because I'm sure it'll be a very different experience, and I'm sure a lot of maybe the lower skilled players who just play Ashika, it's like getting gunfights and stuff, maybe won't like this because it'll feel maybe closer to Battle Royale because there are more players. It'll be harder to win. The map is larger. So you need to make sure to keep all of these in at the same time, for sure.
Yeah, I would hope. One could hope. So anyway, they say some things about it. It looks pretty good so far, besides the water, obviously. We have another screenshot here of a little metro station, little train station. Very cool looking. Looks like it's fun to fight in also, because it's not like a ton of cover, but there's enough cover. We have the pillars. There's some elevation. There's some dangerous areas. Very high ceiling, though. So someone's on that roof shooting through the glass. Adds another element. Reminds me, actually, of Caldera. That one section of the map that was not popular. With the big, tall hangars. They weren't quite this tall, but they were pretty tall. And they actually didn't have glass roofs. Or maybe they did. Doesn't matter. Anyway. What are your thoughts on this little metro station here?
Looks really cool. I was wondering, maybe I was like, what are the odds this train moves around the map? But it doesn't look like they say anything about it, and I don't see where the train would even go. Maybe it kind of just like, yeah, would go out of the city. Oh, I think train station on this main image, it looks like it's up here on the top right of the map, right? That looks like the big train station right there. So it appears it's on the edge of the map.
Yes.
And so, yeah, so the trains wouldn't go through the map at all. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Visually, it's great.
Looks nice. Yeah, it's a pretty screenshot for sure. Developed by Beanox, Vondel features 15 distinct POIs, including a medieval castle, which they capitalized the word castle for no reason. And by the way, stop building castles. Can we stop? How many castles do we need in a Call of Duty Modern Warfare game?
Yeah.
I think we need 0, not 2. So anyway, that's cool.
Okay, just so you know, we just got a massive Vondel blog post, so it's a ton to cover. So that'll be Saturday's pod. We'll go over all that. It's like the same thing as Ashika, a ton of screenshots. I want to cover it now, but this pod would be 4 hours if we do. So that'll be Saturday. We'll get more opinions on it. That'll be better for Saturday.
Yeah, that'll be better.
And the map still won't be out, so it'll be good.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, yeah, they talk about more POIs, whatever, City Hall, soccer stadium, a paintball tournament.
Wait, a soccer stadium set up for an epic paintball tournament final? I wonder if that's, wonder if they're going to bring back a map from that. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be
kind of cute. Because all those maps they listed are all coming at launch, by the way. So we're getting 6 multiplayer maps at launch. So then you got to think we'll get a couple more mid-season.
Yeah. So anyway. Okay. Vondel's unique topography and access points are focused around its intricate canal system. In addition to several different road types and bridges, operators can dive or even drive into the water surrounding Vondel's islands and city streets, or use watercraft and a new amphibious vehicle to get around this tight cityscape. So, yeah, as we were talking about, ton of canals. And it sounds like you're going to be able to swim under the canal, under the water, under the road to get to an adjacent canal, which makes the water far worse.
Wait, what does it say that?
Than I thought. Water. And actually, you know what? If you look at the screenshot, it's actually kind of obvious. You're going to be able to, you're not going to be able to trap people as easily because they can swim underneath the bridges and just keep going.
Yeah, you can go into the bridges, yeah.
So, not good, but whatever. We'll play it out. Yeah, so as Tanner said, we got a huge Vondel blog post. We will get more into details on that on Saturday. In addition to, now the Patreon episode is for sure a go, which it was already actually, but we're going to talk a lot about Vondel before Tanner leaves for all of our patrons as well. So I'm very excited to sink our teeth into both of those, and I need to stop using that expression. I don't know why I've used it so much, but anyway. Yeah, we'll talk more about Vondel on Saturday, but my first impression is it looks really good, but I'm very, very worried about the water.
Yeah,
that is like all throughout the map.
And they just posted like the overhead, like the mini map type view. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of water. There is a lot of fucking water. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's possible they're gonna make more changes to how the water mechanics work too. I would not hold your breath unless you're going underwater. XD, but more likely it's just gonna be annoying. I don't know. We'll see. We have to play it. But again, everything about this map is really exciting and looks really cool to me, besides the water.
This is the most visually appealing Call of Duty Warzone map we've seen. More visually appealing than Rebirth, Fortune's Keep, Caldera, Verdansk, Almazra, all of it.
It also is much more of a varied map than Ashika.
Definitely, yeah.
There's like densely packed buildings, there's tall buildings, there's short buildings, there's open
castle area
fields,
up here on the top left.
There's castles. Yeah. There's a lot of variety, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
really
cool as well.
Cool design.
So we'll see how much the water ruins it. But yeah, more on that on Saturday. So launch modes, new lockdown LTM. So this is going to launch on June 28th. I don't know. It's inspired by Hardpoint, the multiplayer mode, but it takes place on Vondel. Multiple quads teams of 4 will capture and hold zones around the map, rather than being the last squad standing. So I don't know. It's an LTM. Sounds kind of cool.
It's like that Cold War had a mode like that, didn't it? That we played. That was actually really fun. Fire team,
fire break, firestorm. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know, but that was actually a fun mode. I remember playing that a little bit. So this sounds cool. I just don't know if I'm gonna launch Warzone. I'm probably just gonna play Resurgence. But this sounds cool. Maybe we'll be surprised.
Yeah. So anyway, it's an LTM, so not much to say. Resurgence will be in at launch on Vondel. So there you go. Dynamic Resurgence timers. So this is just them reiterating what we all already know, right? Resurgence modes. Okay, so let me read this. Resurgence modes are set to receive a new dynamic timer feature. As part of a general plan with aspirations for all online modes, COD developers are introducing a new feature, Dynamic Resurgence Timers. This automatically adjusts a squad's timers should one or multiple squad members disconnect. Should those squad members rejoin, the Resurgence timers revert back to their normal countdowns. However, in general, dynamic Resurgence timers should be an equalizer for squads that suddenly find themselves short an operator. Okay, why isn't this just a reconnect feature?
Well, it is a reconnect feature. Right? Yeah, they're just not saying, this is just talking about the reconnect feature that we already knew was coming. It's just saying if someone crashes, it's going to lower your resurgence timer so you don't have to wait like 45 seconds or something. You would come back earlier. Then when that person joins back, if they do, then your resurgence timers go back to normal. Yeah. It's just talking about two things in one. It's a new feature in case someone crashes, and then it's also it mentions the reconnect feature.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, it looks like we're getting the reconnect feature, I guess.
So that does sound like it's coming on the launch of Season 4.
Yeah. And that'll be coming to all Resurgence modes. So hopefully there's more on the reconnect feature. That's the way bigger point here than the dynamic Resurgence
timer, I'm sure that's coming to everything, I would imagine. They probably won't talk about that till the patch notes.
Yeah. So, anyway. Vengeance icon. When you've just been dropped during a Warzone match, it may be time to reevaluate your tactical mettle. Don't get tilted, get even. In other words, wouldn't you want to know where the operator behind your squad mate's kill cam moved to after they eliminated them in a Resurgence match? The Vengeance icon allows you to find out who that is. In Season 4, all Resurgence matches will include this new core mechanic, an icon that is in the direction of the opponent that eliminated your squad mate. Interesting. This icon merely shows direction, not exact location, and is tied to the death of your squad mate. Wow. The Vengeance icon lasts as long as the Resurgence timer is on for your squad mate. If your squad mate's down for 15 seconds, you have the icon for 15 seconds, blah, blah, blah. If you eliminate this person, an additional 5 seconds is shaved off all squad mate Resurgence countdowns in addition to the normal elimination value. Okay. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
What are your thoughts? Yeah, tell us about it.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it at all. It's weird for sure. The thing is, I mean, most of the time in Resurgence, the fighting is so close quarters that you kind of know the direction where you died anyways. But then this just means as you move, and if you try to run back and get ammo or do something, it's just kind of going to keep following you. Yeah, which I don't like that much. So, I don't know. I think it's unnecessary, but we'll see how it plays.
Well, the reason I like it is because it doesn't show location, just direction. So, like, if someone's rotating to a different building or something and they're pretty close, you'll know because they'll change direction a lot relative to you. But it doesn't show like their exact location. Another reason I think I'm okay with this is because if you kill someone in Resurgence, you get a UAV ping on all of their teammates, which is really, really good. And having those people have some indication of where you're going to be coming from, I think is fair.
That's true.
And it's also going to contribute to more gunfighting, I think. To what degree, I don't know. I kind of agree with you that most of the time this isn't going to be like relevant, because you kind of already know where
and people kind of stay together
anyway
now too. So like,
right.
I don't know. Your whole team's gonna be there next to you if you die, and they're probably gonna see the person also. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe it won't be that big of a deal. It just kind of seems, I don't know, maybe unnecessary and a little weird. I don't know. Sounds like a Ted Timmons idea for sure.
It's certainly not necessary. I agree with that. But as they say here, it's perfect for squad mates who don't use microphones. That's also a good point. Is like when me, you, and our two buddies are playing quads, if I die, I'm telling you where they are. But if you're like random filling, it would be nice to have an indicator when your shit teammate dies and doesn't tell you where they died from or whatever. It'll be good for those people as well, which is a lot of people who just like random YOLO queue for Resurgence.
Yeah.
The fact that it's only direction means it's not that strong, so you're not getting penalized too much for being the person who kills other people. So that's what makes me think I'm okay with it. But I do agree with you, your overall point. It's probably just not going to be that big of a deal. And it's probably not going to change much or impact much in terms of how you kind of play match to match in Resurgence.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be like just not that big of a deal, but maybe it'll contribute to more aggression and more gunfighting. So we'll see how it pans out, but it's an interesting little idea. I would be very against it if it were not for the fact that when you get a kill, you get to see where every one of his teammates are.
Yeah, I guess it kind of balances it out. It's going to be weird late game when the Resurgence timer is like 45 seconds, and that's tracking some guy for 45 seconds. That, to me, it sounds like there should be some sort of a cap on it. Like even 15 seconds, that's a long-ass time. Like time. if you're getting anywhere like 30, 45 seconds, that's a long time to be showing someone's direction. So I'm not sure how I feel about that specifically.
Yeah. So we'll see how it works in practice, but interesting little idea. Not necessary, I agree, but it could be good and it could be bad. We'll see. And this will be coming to Ashika Island as well. They say all Resurgence playlists. Mm-hmm. So maybe even massive Resurgence on Moz, they would include that as well. It says in Resurgence playlists, regardless of map. So anyway, DMZ updates, including dynamic fog. Okay, so in the roadmap, dynamic fog was not DMZ specific, and a lot of the things they had in the roadmap said DMZ specific. However, them putting dynamic fog here implies it is DMZ specific. That's kind of true for Ashika Island. It's way foggier in DMZ on Ashika than it is in Resurgence. Hopefully that's true here as well for Vondel, but maybe we're about to find out. So let's see. So they talk about DMZ. It's an exclusion zone. It comes to season 4. And we're getting a new FOB, forward operating base, a central hub for DMZ. Okay. This is cool. This is what DMZ needed on launch. A more centralized hub for all communications and operator upgrades within DMZ is coming to Season 4. Known as the Forward Operating Base, this menu system allows operators to complete objectives to earn a variety of upgrades to use across DMZ. These upgrades come in 4 different categories. Stash. Really what we needed on launch. Wallet and key stash size increases. Weapons locker. Insured and contraband armaments and upgrades, bounty board for exfil bartering recipes and buy station discounts, and a communications station allowing urgent mission access. All operator upgrades within the FOB are passive, don't need to be equipped, and allow for efficient progress across all aspects of DMZ. Sounds great if there weren't pay-to-win operator skins. But a lot of this I'm just not sure what it means either also. Yeah. But I'm sure we're about to learn more. So urgent missions, reputations with factions wallet. So within the FOB, you can unlock urgent missions. These are a new type of faction related task. They are usually quicker to complete and provide an excellent way to earn faction rep, unlock more story missions, thus giving faction missions even more agency. So it sounds like these are kind of like daily tasks, like daily quests, or even like daily challenges in multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this sounds like to me, which is cool. DMZ, you would want something like that. So anyway, there you go. Let's see. So reputation allows you to unlock insured slots, the out-of-game wallet, as well as expanding DMZ elements like the contraband stash, key stash, and wallet capacity. DMZ will allow you to keep your extracted cash from each match in a wallet. You can then choose to re-infill with a full pocket of cash, potentially making it easier to complete objectives that require hundreds of thousands of cash for completion, or so your operator can go on a spending spree. Very cool. This was one of our complaints when we talked about DMZ last, is that having a bunch of money and getting out with it just doesn't matter because it gets converted to XP. And it would be nice to be able to save up a bunch of money so that if you have an operator, if you have a faction mission where you have to buy like the crazy vehicle that costs $100 million, you could have been saving a bunch of money and then you can come in with it and spend it right away. Now that's an option. Very cool. Really what DMZ needed on launch. And like Tanner said, wouldn't it have been nice if we just delayed the launch of DMZ and or Warzone 2 so that one of those two game modes was as polished as they are now on the launch of MW 2, and then we could have gotten the other mode very polished maybe about now. Wouldn't that have been nice? But no. Activision wanted to just blow their entire load entirely too early.
Load, yeah.
Yeah. And it was a poor quality load, put it that way. So anyway, yeah, that all sounds really cool. What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool you can keep the money, but it's still like there's nothing to do with the money outside of the game, like outside of the match. So it's like, cool, I can bring money in for what? To buy a precision airstrike? I don't know. It's kind of dumb. It still is missing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder if it could get toxic too, because people bring in a bunch of money and like, what's the craziest shit you can buy at the buy stations now? I don't even know what it is in DMZ. Maybe like buy some of like the really expensive stuff immediately. And I don't know.
Can you get an advanced if you pop 3 UAVs?
I assume.
That probably, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Makes regaining a lot easier too. But there's already operator slots now, so that's less of an issue. But like, let's say you want to gear up your operator. If you've been saving a ton of money, you can go in with it, go to a buy, and then it's like, all right, I'm going to immediately buy a large backpack. I'm going to buy like my guns. I'm going to buy plates, and I'm going to buy like a muni or some shit. Or you already come in with a muni, I guess. But makes it easier. Re-into. I agree, it's still missing a lot. Mainly an out of match economy and like barter system.
Exactly.
But still sounds cool. It's just DMZ, just sour taste in my mouth. But anyway, whatever. Phalanx faction, more DMZ comms to come. So yeah, they're gonna say more. There's gonna be a new faction. And most of it's redacted. For now, here's some initial intel on the new dynamic fog feature, which mostly pertains to action in DMZ. Okay, dynamic fog. So here we have a very pretty screenshot of what looks like a very fun and exciting campaign mission, or a miserable dogshit and trash PvP mission experience. One of those two, pick one. So anyway, because Vondel is built atop a network of canals and is technically below sea level, thanks for that, this location is subject to fog during certain inclement weather conditions. Initial intel suggests that fog could be present during DMZ infills, as well as on very rare instances in other game modes. Okay,
so this is fine then.
I'll take very rare.
If it's like 1 out of 15 games in Resurgence, that's fine.
Yeah,
that actually does
fine.
add like a cute little twist. But if we're talking like 3 games out of 10, I'm pissed. Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be like 10% or less.
It needs to be less than 10% for sure.
Yeah. This new technology in COD Dynamic fog. Is that new technology?
Yeah, is that tech?
Wow.
I don't know. Okay.
New technology. We got ray tracing in 2021, and then we got dynamic fucking fog in 2023. Very cool. Allows for players to feel more ingrained in the world of MW2. Especially during Resurgence and BR, Vondel's usual weather is sunny with very few clouds, if any, in the sky. Awesome. However, there is the possibility of fog rolling in due to the marine layer. Typically, it's light enough to still see your opposition, except at extremely long ranges. However, in rare instances, the fog will have density to the level shown in the screenshot above. And in the screenshot above, for those of you listening, it's very dense. Yeah. Very, very fucking dense. But again, if this is very rare in Resurgence, I don't really care. I could deal with it for 1 out of 10 games, yeah. If this level of fog rolls in, it may be wise to tactically reevaluate combat, seek optics to circumvent the weather. Imagine making a weapon loadout just for if it gets foggy.
Yeah, right.
These guys are LARPing way too much. You guys need to calm the fuck down.
I guess the thermals actually would be a good idea for the fog.
Yeah.
It'd actually be a really good idea.
Yeah, it's like a cute idea, but that's the thing about fog in like shit like this. It would be cool if this was just always super foggy in DMZ so that you were like, okay, make sure you put on your thermals for like this DMZ exclusion zone specifically.
Yeah.
Or there was like an exclusively nighttime one. Make sure you put on your flashlight for this DMZ exclusion zone specifically. That is when weather systems and goofy shit like this is very cool. Because that is kind of immersive, actually. But don't make us do it in like the PvP modes. Yeah, it's insane. But anyway, yeah. So overall, I'm happy with this if it's in fact very rare. So anyway, we're getting the new vehicle, the Tactical Amphibious Vehicle, the TAV. Once again, it looks, and I will reiterate, it looks like the Mako it looks like a convertible Mako from Mass Effect. So you could drive it. It's got 6 wheels. And then I guess you can also make it like a little hovercraft if you drive it into the water.
Yeah,
no one uses vehicles in Resurgence or Warzone, the water ones, so this just won't get used, but it's kind of cute, I guess.
I mean, it's a bigger map, so it'll get used on land. I'm not sure, because the thing is, like, you can already see right here, there's no cover. The people sitting in the back are uncovered. If you're driving this little thing in the water, there's nothing you can do. You're just dead as soon as they start shooting at you. I guess you can jump in the water and maybe try to, swim away. You're going to be safer doing that than in a vehicle. So I don't know.
For sure.
Because I would imagine they're not going to go very fast in the water, and they will not handle very well in the water either. So, I mean, the vehicles still don't handle well at all in this game.
That's what they say.
Actually.
Yeah. They say since it can do both, it's not the fastest at either. So it's not very fast in land or on sea. But yeah, whatever. So...
Yeah, I don't use vehicles, period, in Resurgence, because everyone on the map sees you get in it and sees you driving. It's actually just a death wish.
Yeah, it's like a free kill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if someone's driving, those people just are always dead, and it's really dumb. So anyway. Favorite supply boxes are coming. Assault of Vondel event unlock, in parentheses. I don't know what this means. Formerly known as the personal supply box in the original Warzone, the favorite supply box is a rare container that, when open, unlocks your favorite weaponry and deposits it out for you to quickly gather and utilize. So yeah, if you guys remember this, you could set a favorite loadout in Warzone 1. You can also do that in Warzone 2. And if you found one of these personal supply boxes in Warzone 1 and opened it, was it both weapons?
I guess it's
both. Or just
both.
the primary? I think it was both. I don't remember. It might have been just one. It doesn't matter. Whatever your favorited loadout was, you would get either that gun. Oh, I think it was both guns and the equipment, actually. I'm pretty sure. Would come out of it, and you could pick it all up. So you don't get your perks, but you get a lot. So I guess they're adding that back into the game. Okay, the box pulls the primary and secondary weapons from the favorite loadout you choose, along with ammo and an armor plate. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Especially in Resurgence, this is the kind of shit I like to see.
Yeah. Custom
this supply box is rare within Vondel, so when you find one, open it quickly. And they I think they imply this is going to be Vondel only or Resurgence only.
Kind of seems like it's Vondel only, which is weird. It's also weird how they say favorite supply box, Assault of Vondel event unlock.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what you don't have the possibility of finding a favorite supply box unless you do some event challenge? That's ridiculous if so.
That would be insane. They don't say anything about that. That was just the title. So I don't know. We'll have more info at another time.
Yeah, that's weird.
So anyway, once again, reinforcement flare. This is also Assault of Vondel event unlock in parentheses. This field upgrade can be an absolute game changer. So yeah, you can buy it at a buy station, or you can just find it. You shoot it in the air and a random teammate comes back. Very cool. They say it's a high risk, high reward option, since I guess people would be able to see the flare so they know you're coming back. It's not high risk.
Yeah, it's not high risk
float
at all.
in the air. But it's still, I like the.
Well, I think they're saying for the person calling it in.
Oh yeah, that's insane. Also, if that's what they mean. It's not high risk for anyone on the team using it, but
it's higher risk to be alone late game than it is to use that and get a teammate back. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I do like that this exists, though, for Resurgence.
You know, you could even use it even before the timer ends then. Like, say you're the last one alive, you're playing quads, and everyone has like a 20-second timer, and you're getting pushed. Just pop that bitch real quick, get a teammate back before they kill you. That could save your team.
Oh, I know I'm dead, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
I wonder if it works. You know how you can throw a loadout marker in a building?
Yeah.
And the smoke won't be visible to anyone, but the loadout still comes? I wonder if this is going to work that way too. If I can just go in a little room and fire it so that no one sees the flare.
Like sit in a bathroom.
Probably would work that way, right? Since the loadout marker works that way. I would assume so.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's even less high risk in that case. Because I'll just shoot it into a building.
Think they would do something about that.
I would just shoot it right at my feet.
Maybe you do actually have to aim it up at the sky or it doesn't work.
Yeah, maybe
you have to be out of cover. Maybe it won't even let you use it unless you're like in an area or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so either way, I like it. It's cool. For Resurgence, I like a ton of regain mechanics.
Yeah.
Because that's what the mode is. This is the kind of thing I would fucking hate to see on Moz. But for Resurgence, very cool. Yeah. Like it a lot. So anyway, new public event, high stakes. So we have another screenshot here.
That's the same one, just higher res here, yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yes, yeah. So you can see the water a little more. Cute little bridge. These cars look like toy cars.
They like small cars in that part of the world, yeah.
Oh, in Europe, yeah. Emissions and all that, yeah. Spit GIF, vegans. In addition to other public events that are present, Vondel will launch with a new public event, High Stakes. When it starts, several loadout-sized crates will drop from the sky. Capturing them grants double weapon and player XP. Oh my god, it's so bad. Double weapon and player XP for the duration of the match. And it does stack with double XP and double weapon XP tokens and events. So in theory, I guess you could have sextuple XP, weapon XP in Vondel. That's what they're saying in the blog post. Oh no, okay. Quadruple is the max, I guess, yeah. So that stacks with either a double XP event or a double XP token. Kind of cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
Don't call it a public event. And, you know, I mostly, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I wonder, because public events in Resurgence now are like third circle, fourth circle. So at that point, getting double weapon XP for the rest of the match is like another 4 or 5 minutes.
That's a good point, too.
So I don't know. Yeah. Maybe this will happen right away. Also, are the crates going to give you shit, or do you literally just open it and it gives you nothing but XP? Because like, is it going to give you like a good gun and stuff, too? Yeah, okay. I mean, whatever. It's fine, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention, most of the time, you'll have your guns max level anyway. Like, this seems pretty goofy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, completely unnecessary. Again, it's one of those things that it's classic. Like, out of everything, how does someone think of that? And it's because Ted Timmons exists, yeah. Super creative shower thought there by Ted. Late night shower thought. Yeah, this
is like one of a near infinite list of things that COD has done. It is an addition to the game that doesn't necessarily hurt it, but it doesn't help it at all. So at best, it's neutral from a gameplay experience standpoint, but that's a negative from a broader macro level view.
Yeah.
Because the development time that could have been spent on better things was instead spent on this thing, which doesn't really hurt the game, but it doesn't help it either. So the opportunity cost is what's bad about this.
If nothing else, maybe it'll create more action because people will for some reason go for those. I'll tell you, I would never go out of my way to go to one of these ever. And no, not so will like no other good players because they already have all their guns max level. They don't care about getting double player XP for another 5 or 10 minutes. So maybe it'll create more action. I don't know, more people trying to get to them and grab them for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah. And people like to press buttons too. So even if you don't need it, people will do it anyway. And that might create more fighting because people are running out of cover.
Yeah.
Sure. Still not worth the dev time, but
not at all. No, a complete
there.
Waste of time there. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, moving on. Next section, taxi cabs on
dope.
the canals.
I hadn't seen this. That's
cute. So there's in the screenshot here, there is a little what's this type of boat called? Not a marina.
Oh, it's a water taxi boat.
Well, okay, yeah. I don't know what the type of boat is called, but it's like a cute little boat, and it says water taxi on it.
It's got an orange crate in there.
It's black and yellow like Wiz Khalifa. It does have a crate and a buy station.
That's gonna say that's a buy station. Huh? That's cool.
It has a buy station on it, which is pretty interesting.
A moving buy station on a water taxi. I like that.
So it says in parentheses for the start of this section, assault on Vondel event. So maybe we'll learn if this is only going to be in the event.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they keep talking about with this event.
Like Al Mazrah, Vondel has a train station, but given the smoldering wreckage on the tracks and the extensive canal network, there needs to be another way to get around the city on a self-piloted vehicle. Enter the taxi cab, an autonomous boat, so it drives itself, accessible as part of the Assault on Vondel event. Okay. So it looks like it's only going to be during that event. Planned to be deployed after stage 1 of the Assault on Vondel is completed. And this is like the global event where they pretend that players have looted up to $1 billion in cash on Rebirth. Huh. Yeah, I believe so. Because it says stage 1. So yeah, I think that's what it is. These autopiloted boats move around the canals on set routes, with operators also able to speed them up should their leisurely pace be too slow for active firefights.
That's cool. I hope this actually stays in. This sounds really cool.
I do too.
I hope this isn't just something in the event only. This is dope.
This is very cute.
Dude, all of this shit sounds really good. I just hope the actual map plays well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it sounds so cool. I'm super excited to play this shit. Fuck ranked. Ranked is dead.
And based on the screenshot, by the way, based on the fact that there is a buy station on the boat, it is almost certain that this is not a normal vehicle, meaning it's not going to be destructible. It'll be like hard cover and you can't destroy it.
Yeah.
And it moves on its own. Pretty fucking cool. And I do hope this is not specific to the event. I would want something like this for sure to stay in permanently on Vondel, regardless of the game mode.
Yeah.
Maybe not DMZ, I guess. But besides that, I would want it in every game mode. I think it's really neat. It's a cute little idea. And it adds to the gameplay experience. It adds dynamism. It adds variety. But it doesn't detract in any way from the game. Besides the fact that there has to be water for it to be on. I would, of course, prefer this to be a trolley, for example.
Trolley, get on the trolley.
Besides that, this is very cool. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe it's not only for the event, but that's what it sounds like for now. So anyway, maybe once stage 1 is complete, it'll unlock it forever on the map. Actually, that could be what they mean. So we would have it on Resurgence forever. After,
so you don't have it until
Yeah, that would be cool. I would really like that. But yeah, I really like this idea. Very cool.
Yeah.
And they'd be super hot too. Because there's a buy, it moves, so it'll be going to different areas where people are, and there's some loot on it also. There's an orange crate, like you said. It would be like a hot spot. This would be really fucking fun. Yeah. And there's like some cover, but not enough to where you can camp it at all. So it's a really cool idea. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, the sandstorm subsides in Al Mazrah. Al-Mazrah no longer has a sandstorm buffeting operators and combatants. Jesus, college word, huh? But the damage to downtown is already done. Oh, okay. Al-Mazrah City now has several sandbanks to climb upon, which offer new and creative ways to approach some of the city's prominent buildings. Specifically, expect a massive sand dune up the side of the TV tower, the embassy, and the high-rise building. The high-rise building, by the way, being like the one with the helipad on it, right?
Yeah, don't tell me there's a sand... There's no way there's a sandbank that high that you can just run up that, right?
That's a lot of fucking
That's
sand.
a lot
that
of
was
sand.
my first
How
thought.
steep would that have to be? What the fuck?
And how many buildings are just totally covered in sand for a dune that tall to exist?
So it sounds like they just made a sand ramp to walk up that. Interesting. Okay.
I'm very curious to see what this looks like. Yeah, very interesting.
I mean,
So
anyway, downtown will probably play better with these changes, it sounds like.
For sure. For sure. Actually, yeah.
And this is
There's
better than
also
having the sand blowing.
That's also better than that, yeah. There's also some partial destruction that will offer new approaches to maneuvering in, within, and out of the city. So this is exactly what Tanner and I have always talked about with Warzone map changes. Things like this that are not huge, massive changes, but they're big enough to spice up an existing map.
Yeah.
This is really fucking cool. And if they could do something like this every single season, that would keep the same map fresh in perpetuity.
Yep.
So really cool. We'll see how well they executed, but the idea, very, very good idea. So I like that.
Yeah, you can see
lot.
in the screenshot here we're showing a sand dune goes up to, I mean, it looks like you can basically walk onto this roof of this building in the background, which appears to be, can't tell what that is, maybe like a 2 or 3 story building. Looks like you just walk up to it. On the right, I think that's the cover to the gas station pumps. It looks like that's fallen over and that's like kind of on the ground tilted. So there's a lot of changes here, it looks like. And this is just one screenshot.
Isn't that high rise in the background, actually?
Yes, the one in the...
So there's no sand dune up to high rise then, because we would see it.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, maybe up to the middle part where the helipad is. Yeah, because that is a lot lower. So there...
Yeah, but you can see the helipad in the screenshot. So we would see the dune, wouldn't we?
Well, I mean, maybe it's just out of the view. I don't know. Maybe there's jump spots or something.
Yeah, it's probably like jump spots. Yeah.
Like you get up and then you jump on... I don't know. Like mantle on something.
And then like rappel, yeah. Yeah, you're probably right, actually. That's cool. That's good. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like more ways up to that rooftop too.
Yeah.
Because that's an awfully strong rooftop with not... There's a lot of ways up there, I guess, but there
are a lot of ways up there.
Getting to the access points to get up there can be very dangerous and like ranked, for example. But yeah, so that's cool. We'll see how well they execute.
Yeah.
More at mid-season, Vondel, BR, and Gulag. Oh boy. So we got a screenshot here. This looks like an Everjail from fucking Elden Ring or something. It looks like one of the, oh God, what are they called? The heroes' graves. Looks like one of these. This looks like an Elden Ring.
It looks like Gulag Showers, but it was designed 200 years prior to Gulag Showers or something.
Yeah, actually, yes. It looks exactly like that, which is not great. It's also dark. Not great. So anyway, there's no need to wait for Season 4 Reloaded, especially as you'll want to be on Vondel at launch, blah, blah, blah. Traditional BR fans should know that this main mode will be available on Vondel starting at Season 4 Reloaded. So regular BR will be playable on Vondel. Why you'd want to do that? No, but you could, I guess. This includes a brand new subterranean gulag for Vondel, since there is no gulag on Resurgence, obviously, hidden deep within the more medieval parts of town. Mid-season's also when the return of the occupation scan public event that no one uses or cares about, and a new quest for Redacted involving Redacted will be available. Okay.
Cool.
So,
Gulag actually doesn't look bad.
It does.
There's not... I mean, it looks like way better than like Gulag Showers or some shit, though, that everyone loved for some odd reason. At least there's like less cover. You know?
Yeah, true. It's better than it looks better than Showers. I'll give you that for sure. Yeah.
It's like the same layout of Showers, essentially, like the middle area, but without a lot of the other added shit, it seems. less clutter, maybe. I don't know.
It doesn't look as narrow as Showers either.
I feel like it looks about the same.
Maybe it is. Yeah.
I don't know. It looks fine. Doesn't look horrible.
I think it looks pretty horrible, but anyway.
You spent a lot of time there too, so you would, be a good judge.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter to me because I don't die. But anyway, I'm also never playing fucking BR Vondel if I can play Resurgence. Yeah. So who cares? I'll never see it. I've seen the Rebirth Island gulag like twice. You remember that with the buzzers?
Oh fuck. Was that one the really, really bad one? The really terrible one?
It was off. It was dog shit. Yeah. Not good. Not good at all. That gulag
fucking sucked. You felt like claustrophobic. It was weird.
It was that's
like
the
low
word I was
ceilings,
about to use.
door. Yeah, that was a terrible gulag. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was miserable. Yeah, and I saw it like twice because if I'm playing Rebirth, I'm playing Resurgence. So anyway.
Father's Day is right around the corner, and you haven't gotten your dad anything yet. Don't worry. That's where the sponsors of today's shows, MANSCAPED, comes in. You and I both know he needs some serious grooming in his life, so grab your dad the Performance Package 4.0 and he'll thank you for helping him tame that beast. It's a win-win situation for both mom and dad. Go to manscaped.com, use code DROPSHOT, 20% off and free shipping. Manscaped is the only men's brand dedicated to below-the-waist grooming and perfected the game with the Lawnmower 4.0. Imagine surprising your dad with a sleek, well-designed and optimized grooming kit that says your balls will thank you on the box. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. You might ask, how is a Lawnmower 4.0 different from other trimmers? Well, this trimmer includes a multi-function on-off switch that can engage a travel lock. It's a great feature for your father or yourself that do a lot of traveling. I'm going to Hawaii next week, by the way. It also gives you the ability to turn on the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. You can now shave your balls in the dark. Wow, good for you. The Lawnmower 4.0 even allows you to customize your trim through additional guard lengths with sizes 1 through 4. Have you ever seen a nose bush sticking out of your dad's nose? The grandpa classic right there. Well, the Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear hair trimmer is the best nose hair trimmer on the market and the perfect gift for pops. They also give you other amazing products like Cologne, Crop Mop Ball Wipes, Crop Reviver Ball Toner, and Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant. Get your dad a gift you know he'll use. That's 20% off, free shipping. Go to manscaped.com, use code DROPSHOT. Don't forget, you came from your dad's balls. This year, show your original home some love with Manscaped.
Next big section here, MW2 overview. So yeah, a lot of this shit was in the roadmap once again. There will be a new ranked season, so that'll be cool. 7 new multiplayer maps. So I'm not going to talk too much about these because, whatever. Showdown. 6's map at launch. It's a remake of the COD 4 map. I don't even remember this map, to be honest, so I have nothing to really say about it. But Tanner played a lot of COD 4 and didn't like it, so whatever. Don't care. Kunstadar District is another 6's map at launch. This screenshot is giving me heavy. What is the map called in MW3? Oh, fuck my ass. Fuck me and my ass. Oh, no. What was the very popular MW3 map, chat?
Oh. Yes.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. You dirty son of a bitch.
It was a good zombies map, I feel like. Fuck.
I don't remember that. Oh, God. What was it called?
Was this an MW3?
I think I'm going to look it up right now because our chat.
Was it Resistance?
Yes, I believe it was. I believe it's Resistance. Yeah. Let me confirm that.
It appears it's Resistance. Yeah.
Yes, Resistance. This gives me heavy Resistance vibes, which was a fucking excellent MW3 multiplayer map.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And what I'm most interested in for the 6's maps is if they will be implemented into ranked play and CDL. Because Showdown, I would imagine, would be.
No, definitely not. That's not a competitive map at all. It's fucking dog shit.
Would be unincluded, which is what I said.
Uh-huh.
In the CDL, whatever. I think I don't know
Maybe
if
they
they'll
would.
include
I
it,
don't know.
actually.
I think a lot of the things they do are stupid, so maybe they would.
Yeah. But then Kunstenar District, a new map to add to the like ranked rotation would be quite cool. But anyway, the screenshot looks exactly like Resistance. They say some things about it.
Actually, no.
Yeah, whatever.
The season champs are in like 2 weeks, isn't it? Isn't the CDL season almost over? So no, none of this will be added.
Well, I mean, ranked like online, like for us. Ranked multiplayer.
Yeah, I wonder what happens with ranked online actually when the CDL season ends. Huh.
They keep the same rules.
That's the thing. So just
that
nothing
CDL
changes for the rest of the game's life cycle. It'd be
They
better
probably
if
would
they just
add
added maps.
to it,
Yeah.
like they added
be
the
better.
one they did already. The one that was really big.
Uh-huh.
I would assume they just keep doing that.
Do they still
but
play
anyway.
that one? I don't remember what happened with that.
Yeah, I think they just took it out of like Hardpoint, but they kept in Search or
Surge
something.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's cool. I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but that's that. Mercado gunfight map. So this is Mercado. Although, is it? What section of the map is this? Or is this like a new section?
No, it's that big building over there on the one edge of the map by one of the spawns. You can get on this roof up there. People always snipe from this roof. Inside here, there are like 2 rappels that go up to the roof.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So it looks fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Penthouse, another gunfight map.
This
There's
is
a big
fucking
pool.
dope.
That's
I wish this was a
beautiful
6's
little
map.
Location. I
Yeah.
wish this was my dwelling in real life.
Like maps like this are so cool
wish
to
I lived
play
here.
on. I wish this was a 6's so badly. It
You know
reminds
what it
me of Hotel
is that
Royale.
Vanguard map. Yep.
Hotel
Yep.
Royale, but
Yeah.
it looks a lot prettier.
Well, it's in the United States. It's in Chicago, so of course it's better.
Yeah, that's true. It's not
Obviously.
war-torn Europe. Yeah. It looks big. Doesn't it look like wide? That's why I'm thinking
It
like
looks
this could
pretty big for
almost
a gunfight
this could
map,
almost
yeah.
be like an Intent 6's map.
Yeah.
Because it looks
Yeah,
like there's an
true.
inside area. There's like this whole lane out here. There's the swimming side, which actually is just trashed completely since
a
you basically
dead
have
lane.
to swim to get by it. So yeah, I guess not. Really
Yeah.
pretty though. Oh, is that a little bar in there? We looking at a little bar? God, I would love to
Yeah.
check out that bar, take a little dip. Ooh, baby. Woo!
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
me.
This is like Hassan's second home, probably, is what this map is.
Yeah.
So.
And he's
Very pretty.
he's yelling from the top of that penthouse, "Eat the rich!" Yeah,
Yeah. 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 So anyway, whatever. It's a gunfight
he's
map.
spitting
It's
on
dark.
a homeless man trying to enter his dwelling. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
And then
song.
a new ground war map, Maui's Marshlands. So it looks
Miserable.
cloudy. And it looks terrible. One of the worst POIs on Moz you could pick to make into a ground war map.
There's more water than
Like,
land there.
Knee deep water where you're sometimes swimming and then you're randomly standing again. Really dog shit, awful decision. Doesn't look fun at all, but ground war is already such a bad mode because the maps are so abysmal that it's beyond saving at this point, because even if every ground war map added every season was really good, then at the end of the life cycle of the game, 50% of the maps would be dog shit, because that's how bad all of the launch maps were. So it doesn't matter, don't care. And also, we didn't even do that because Marshlands is going to be a dog shit ground war map. So yeah, ground war is dead, so it doesn't matter. And then Akhtar Village, once again, actually a shit POI to add to ground war. Not good. Not what you needed. And we'll also play fucking horribly. So yeah, fuck Infinity Ward. So anyway, moving on. Vondel Waterfront is another 6's map that was not in the roadmap screenshot because this is coming mid-season. This is, once again, more water, just fucking getting wet, dude.
And water is
Getting real
worse on
fucking
6's
wet.
map because people are in the water at all times.
They sure are. If you've ever played Hydroelectric, for example, you are intimately familiar with the little fucking eels coming out of the water and fucking your ass.
Yeah.
What's a water rat? What kind of animal would you say is a water rat? What kind of animal that gets wet gives
I
you
don't
rat
know.
vibes? A little pest.
Maybe water snakes. I don't like water snakes. Just
yeah, but those
live
are
on
too,
land.
like, scary.
Yeah.
Just get in a hole. Yeah, what would be a water rat? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there is one. Because, like, otters and beavers are, like, cute.
Oh, they're
not
adorable.
rats. Yeah, they're not rats. So, you guys get back to us on that. But anyway. Yeah, so anyway, Vondel Waterfront. It's going to be a subsection, of course, of Vondel, but we haven't played that map, so I don't recognize this area. But, yeah, it's, like, over a canal. There's some cute little homes. Some solar panels here, of course, because we're in Europe after all. I don't know. It looks pretty bad to me, honestly. This does not look like a good map.
Something I'm going to point out right now, because we have these pictures pulled up. I don't remember if I put it in the patch notes, but Call of Duty changed their font. If you look at the bottom right of all of these images, Call of Duty and Warzone is in a different font. So I think they're doing like a whole different branding coming soon. And also, they pretty much completely dropped the Warzone 2.0 from everything. Everything just says Warzone now. So a lot of people are thinking like, oh, are they going to remove Caldera, this or that? I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me, but I doubt it. But yeah, it sounds like they're dropping the whole Warzone 2.0 shit. Probably because everyone's saying it's worse than Warzone 1, so stop calling it Warzone 2. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a big conspiracy read on that yet, but I have seen some tweets floating around about it.
Yeah.
Changing your branding, I mean, companies and games do this all the time. The font looks similar to how it used to look.
It's similar, but I'm pretty sure they've used like the same exact font since Call of Duty 1, so it's kind of weird they'd be changing it.
It is kind of weird.
Maybe it's time, I don't know.
These things happen, yeah. The new font is fine. And calling it Warzone, yeah. If something's going to happen, it'll happen, so we'll see. But anyway, yeah, that is worth mentioning because people have been drumming up some interest on that on the TL. But anyway, more intel's on the way. So anyway, Search and Prisoner Rescue expand to 12v12 and new playlists. Pretty self-explanatory. More at mid-season, including a raid finale, which I won't talk about on principle. General overview. The assault on Vondel begins at launch. Complete challenges to unlock new items, not just for yourself.
Hold on, wait. You skipped over something important in the Search and Destroy Prisoner Rescue to expand. First line, those who recently played Modern Warfare 2 may have enjoyed the 10v10 Mosh Pit playlist, a collection of respawn game modes with increased lobby counts. I guess they don't say it here, but Charlie Intel confirmed 10v10 is going to be a permanent playlist that you can queue for.
Ooh.
So Tens is back in MW2. I don't know if it's going to be like only if it's just going to rotate Tens.
It's probably Tens Mosh Pit only.
Yeah. So that's cool though.
I'll take that. Yeah, good comms.
I don't know
if
they're going to say that somewhere else later, but I remember that. So
okay,
raid, don't care. Keep moving.
Yeah, no. On the Tens thing, I'm glad you brought that up because I did not know that. 10v10 in like MW 19 right now, still, I think, is a permanent playlist, but it's always just called 10v10 Mosh Pit. So when you queue for it, you can get TDM, Hardpoint, or Dom, I believe. And it sounds like...
I think Headquarters is in there too, unfortunately.
Oh, maybe Headquarters also, unfortunately, I agreed. If they add that as a permanent playlist to MW2, that makes pubs multiplayer a lot more fun. Because one of the things that's so annoying about pubs multiplayer in MW2 is that ground war is dog shit. So you either have to play sixes, which is fine, but you know, some of the maps are too big, or play ground war and blow your brains out in game. But tens is a great little compromise there. And if we're not going to have good ground war, at least we could have tens. And that's going to make a lot of, frankly, trash maps in sixes suddenly quite fun. For example, the map we got in Season 3. What was it called? I forget what it's called, but it's too big.
Himmelmott.
Yeah, Himmelmott Expo. That is going to be a fantastic tens map, I think. I played some of Himmelmott.
That's the only thing I played was when it was on tens, because, yeah,
I'll probably play like 90 minutes of Himmelmott, and I think it would play really, really well in tens. I think that would be really fun. Another one would be like Fortress. That's decent in sixes. It's a solid map. In tens, that map's going to be really fun, I think.
Yeah.
I think there's like a lot of maps that will play a lot better in tens, actually, than sixes. So a permanent tens playlist is fucking awesome. So yeah. Should have had it at launch, but I'll take it. So anyway, yeah. Raid finale skipping on principle, general overview. So yeah, the assault on Vondel begins at launch. Complete challenges to unlock new items, not just for yourself, but also for the entire community, including a new melee weapon, the Tonfa. So yeah, again, it's one of those community things where like the first objective is going to be open a total of 100 billion trillion supply boxes on Vondel, and once that's happened across all COD players, it'll never happen. They're just going to lie about it and make up numbers. Then stage 1 of the Assault on Vondel event is complete. So it's one of those community event things. And I think there's some personal stuff tied into it too, but that's how that works. Yeah. So that's fine. No problem with that. New weapons, new operators, multiplayer and Warzone ranked season 4 will be coming out. And then prestige levels continue, new challenges available. So there you go. So a little more on the Assault on Vondel event. Nicto's coming back. He looks cool. I wish I could buy him, but I can't on principle.
You can buy him if you have leftover COD points. That is what our deal was with people. You can't buy Black Cell because you can't use COD points. That's the reasoning. You have to use real cash, and your COD points mean nothing for Black Cell. That's why we made the rule for Black Cell. So you can buy it if you have points.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so you can even do the free battle pass and I think get some COD points there.
Yeah,
so
you still get all the COD points back, I think.
Yeah, so you can scrounge up enough COD points to buy something you want. That's totally fine. If you already have COD points, you're allowed to spend them. But you're not allowed to buy new COD points, and you're not allowed to buy things that cost United States dollars. If you do, you are allowed to, I guess. That's fine. But if you do, if there's a charge on your Blizzard.net account for anything related to Call of Duty, whatever amount that is in United States dollars, including tax, right? You owe us also that amount of money. And every week you owe us that plus $5 that you haven't paid us. That's the VIG. So figure it out. But yeah, you can spend as many COD points as you want if you already have them. So keep that in mind. Yeah, so new operators, don't care. Oh, God, this operator looks cool, too. Low? Or EO? It's an I, right? EO.
I don't know.
He's a black cell only operator. And he looks cool as fuck. He's got a hood on. He's got a full mask. He's a Giga Edgelord. God, I want him, but I can't have him.
I mean, it kind of looks similar to the last Black Cell thing. Because this skin probably is the specific... Oh, yeah. That is the Black Cell one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like the same kind of color scheme as Season 3.
Yeah, very cool. Can't, and I'll never have it. So awesome. Thanks, Infinity Ward. Thanks, Activision. You cunts. I wish I could spend money. I'd love to buy your operator skin, but I can't on principle. Fuck you. So anyway, Anna Vega, another operator. Whatever.
The daughter of paramedics and army reservists with family roots in Cuba. She never had the opportunity to get to know her parents. That sucks. Both were killed during rescue operations in the early days of the, anything else?
Oh, yeah, there's some backstories here. I'm going to browse this real quick.
Yeah, I'm taking a look. She graduated top honors from the United States military and enlisting in the Army's combat medic specialist training.
Okay. Nothing too offensive so far here.
Nothing at all offensive. Yeah, I'm not sure if she's... Yeah,
she did join the 75th Ranger Regiment. I don't know how many women make it through Ranger selection.
They probably aren't allowed, if I would imagine, but
I think how it works now in the U.S. military, it could be different based on the branch, is that if you get through the selection, you can be a Navy SEAL. Like, I think women are allowed to go to BUDS,
women can be an infantry now, if I'm not mistaken, in most...
They can definitely be infantry. 100%.
Well, that's like new. That's like in the last 5 years they made that. They haven't always been able to do that shit.
Yeah, correct.
So that's recent. But I don't know if that's all of them or if that was like just Army or just the Marines. I don't know. But I think they still have like lower standards. Like they have to do less push-ups, less pull-ups, shit like that. I don't think it's the same as guys.
Which is insane, by the way. Because the reason those standards exist are so that we don't put people on the front lines who are not physically capable of not getting themselves killed. So it's for the protection of the people that are doing the selection that the selection criteria rather is what it is. So if you lower it for women, I mean, you're just actually sending these women off to die, basically. Because like, oh, we'll make it easier for you. Cool. The fucking Viet Cong wouldn't make it easier for you.
Yeah.
Nor would insurgents in... And the last people on Earth who are going to make it easier for you are the very feminist and tolerant Muslim extremists in the Middle East, which is probably where an infantry person is going to be deployed, where they're fucking yeeting girls off rooftops for reading a book, unironically.
For showing their hair,
but let's lower the standards because we want to be inclusive to women. Okay, include them in the death toll, I guess, but that's not a pro-woman thing to do. It's an anti-woman thing to do. Set standards that make sense, and then no matter what is dangling between your legs, if you meet the standards, you can join. That's how it should be, obviously, but America. So anyway, whatever.
Oh, she earned a combat medical badge. That's cool.
So yeah, she's a ranger. I don't know if there are any women that are Army Rangers on Earth. I don't know if that's real.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not, I would guess.
I don't know if they're allowed, and if they are, I don't know if any have ever passed selection. I vaguely remember hearing that you can be a female Navy SEAL, but no woman has been able to do it yet. I think I've heard that somewhere. Not sure if it's true, but I would believe it. Because even among men, it's like a 90% like washout rate. And these are already men. This is 90% of like demon men who can't pass buds.
Real article from 2019. The first enlisted female graduated from Ranger School in 2019.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, then this is fun. Then I approve of this backstory. So
that's cool.
Does it say if she had the same standards as everyone else?
I don't know. I was trying to check.
For Spec Ops, you have to have that, right?
You would imagine.
Because those teams are like, six-person teams.
She says in a quote, you literally go through the same thing. It's not any different. You do the same thing they do. That's awesome. The greatest thing about Ranger School. There's one set standard across the board. Yeah. That's
exactly how it should be. And in that case, I'm all for her being there. That's awesome. So anyway, whatever.
Shout out to women.
Shout out to women that are fucking Army Rangers. I couldn't be me.
Fuck, I want to buy this next bundle. God damn it. I'm going to have to save up my COD points, man.
Yeah, anyway, so she has more backstory and I don't care. The next one is Izanami, aka
Yeah, she's being absolutely purchased. This is going to be the most popular.
From Overwatch, by the way.
This is going to be the most popular skin in a month for sure. Everyone's going to be rocking this.
This is just Zarya from Overwatch if she like was a little smaller, basically.
Yeah. They need to show some ass though, because that's what always works for the Fortnite skins. That's how the female Fortnite skins sell so well. They show a lot of ass.
That's how you sell skins, is you show ass.
This is dope though. She's like, I guess she does gymnastics or something, but she's also like a fucking, I don't know, a Navy SEAL. That's pretty cool, I guess. She's wearing a little, what are those things called? Leotard, I think?
It's like a...
Shout out to the leotards.
Man. Leotard, I think? Maybe, yeah.
So I'm buying her for sure. She'll be absolutely fucking purchased, yeah.
Because you already have a bunch of COD points.
Yes, I still have. How much do I have? 9,000 right now, maybe?
Yeah.
So anyway. I don't come.
Okay, relax. Butch in-season bundle. So it's a screenshot of 3 operators, and one of them is just like Photoshop. This is such a stupid.
Yeah, I think
it's so stupid.
So they just started releasing more. Have you heard of the show The Boys?
I've heard of it.
I haven't either. I just always see the memes of the one guy's face, and I can't stand him, so I'll never watch the show. Apparently, though, they're doing some sort of collab. So I think the operator that's blacked out here is someone from the Boys TV show. So I don't care. I know a lot of you probably will care. I know it's a popular show, but I just can't stand that guy's face and the memes, so I'll never watch it on principle.
Yeah.
That's cool. So it's probably some guy from The Boys is coming. Maybe his name's Butch. Is there a person in The Boys named Butch? Does anyone in chat know?
I would imagine that's who it would be if there is. Yeah. Yeah,
Let's look him up.
Anyway. I don't think it is, because I think it would have been said here.
No, it is,
Butch is one, Jake said. Yeah, there you
go. Billy the Butcher. Yeah, so that's cool.
Anyway, whatever. Moving on. This is an interesting section. It's on the new weapons. So starting with the Tempest Razorback. This is an AR. It is coming at launch in the Battle Pass, in the free Battle Pass. A masterclass in exceptional manufacturing, this Tempest Armament AR features a bullpup design and frame vibration control, resulting in a smooth and controllable full auto 5.56 weapon. 5.56 bullpup guns in real life, and I've shot many, haven't shot one, are like very low recoil.
Are they?
From what I've experienced.
From your time in the Corps.
From my time in the Corps, yes.
You have a lot of bullpup rifles in the Corps.
Yeah, just bullpupped up. Yeah, that was my call sign. In fact, was bullpup.
They're a little awkward. It'd be awkward reloading in real life when you think about it. Like, why is the mag all the way back here? It's very weird. They sound uncomfortable. But leave it up to like the stupid French and other people like that use them. They don't know what they're doing. Let an American design your gun.
The AUG is bullpup, right? And French.
The AUG, the FAMAS.
They get the French.
The only people that should be allowed to design and manufacture guns are Russians and Americans. No one else in the world should even attempt to do it. I think the Chinese too use a lot of bullpups.
Think about how crazy the P90 is too. That's a weird gun. What are we doing?
P90. Yeah, who makes that? Is that German? I feel like that may be a German manufacturer.
Isn't it FN P90 France?
I guess it is FN. I don't know where FN. I think FN is Belgium, actually.
Maybe FN is not. Yeah. Let me look it up.
You use those in the Corps though too.
I did use those. FN Herstal.
Belgium, yeah.
Belgium, yeah, and that's what I said. So anyway, if you're in Europe, you might as well all be French anyway. Unrelated to an earlier version of this weapon with the same name, the Tempest Razorback Assault Rifle offers an impressive damage profile, rapid rate of fire, and is set to add to the already deep pool of jack-of-all-trades weaponry. That makes this gun sound so boring. We have enough jack-of-all-trades ARs, we don't need another one.
I bet it's going to come in and just be a little bit better than the Hemlock. Because they say it has low recoil or frame vibration control, so smooth and controllable recoil. It'll probably just be the new Hemlock. That won't kill super fast, so it'll be easy to use and it'll be popular.
It'll like kill a little faster than a Hemlock and have a little more recoil too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Not exactly what the game needs, but whatever. Anyway, ISO 45 SMG on launch in the Battle Pass. The ISO platform's answer to room clearing, this SMG dominates with a high fire rate and the stopping power of 45 auto rounds. A throwback to MW 2019, the ISO 45 functions similarly to the old ISO, known for its lightweight design and decent fire rate for short to mid-range engagements. Its higher caliber rounds make it a heavy hitter compared to its fast-firing counterparts, but require the operator to get these shots on target. So yeah, exactly like I was saying earlier.
This should, on paper, have like the longest first damage range of all the SMGs. That's what would make it interesting. So
plus like an extra nice neck and head multiplier.
Yeah.
That's what you would want to see.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the balance would be like a little slower if you're landing neck because the fire rate is slow. So yeah. Or excuse me, stomach.
I can't figure out what this guy is doing with his hands. What is happening with the hands in this image? This is the most awkward looking thing I've ever seen.
He's holding it in his left hand, and then he's pulling back the slide with his right.
It's so weird. Yeah, so it's like he's holding it and it's underneath. That is... What the fuck is he doing?
He's just left-handed, I guess.
Don't be left-handed.
Yeah,
be a normal adult and be right-handed. Grow up.
You know all samurai were right-handed?
No, they weren't.
Well, yeah, maybe a fair point. But they all behaved as if they were right-handed. So if you're a left-handed samurai, you don't care. You're training as if you're right-handed. You put the sword in your right hand and you shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's how they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they did it for the samurai. Shout out to samurai. I'm a samurai. I was a samurai from my time in the shogunate corps. So
okay.
Anyway,
yeah.
Moving on. Speaking of samurai, there's tonfas. I unironically use these a lot in fucking karate forms. I didn't like beat people with them. It's a nightstick, but it looks cool because it's also a martial arts weapon. Don't care. And then additional armament.
Yes.
Expect the redacted shotgun. Oh, baby. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Shotguns. Yes. Aiming is cringe. To be added to your available arsenal at Season 4's mid-season point.
Go.
Yum
Piss off the
and
controller
delicious.
players, man.
Ooh,
I hope it's so
aiming
broken.
is cringe.
Fuck, I hope
What kind of shotgun are you thinking we're gonna get? We don't have a full auto shotgun yet in MW2.
We don't. I could see it even be like maybe like something weird like
Maybe clean up the
not the
streets?
Origin. What was the weird one where you could fire like 2 and then he like cocked it back?
That
in
was the
MW19?
R9. The
R9. Dragon's Breath R9. I don't know. Give me a shotgun that's good though for one. Some of the shotguns have been that great in this game for very long.
You know what I want is the oh god, what was it called? The
Street
Rampage,
Sweeper?
dude.
Oh.
The Rampage.
Yeah.
Get a real throwback going in here. It would be terrible in Warzone, but yeah, like a Street Sweeper, or what was the other good full auto shotgun? Jack 12. The Jack 12.
Yeah. Street Sweeper in its prime
for
was
Captain
better.
Jack to set sail once again for the glorious fucking plunderable Ashika Island and Vondel. Oh, I'd love to plunder it. I'd love to plunder it. I would love for Captain Jack to just come off the boat, fucking hoisting sails and just jacking kids off. Full auto shotgun, aiming is cringe. God, it would be fun, man. God, it would be fun.
All right.
So yeah, hopefully the shotgun's usable in Warzone. We'll see. If it's a pump, it's chalked though. But a semi-auto or full auto shotgun could potentially be very, very good.
Yeah, give me a good shotgun.
And it literally any shotgun's going to be excellent in multiplayer, so just keep that in mind also. So anyway, multi and Warzone ranked coming in season 4. So there's going to be another ranked season.
There are rewards.
There's more ranked player rewards. Oh, okay. For 100 wins in multiplayer, you get the season 4 ranked veteran weapon camo. I think that is a lot easier than however you got that now, right? Because wasn't it 100 rank? Or rank 50, which is way more than 100 wins?
I mean, both are unobtainable, basically.
100 wins is a lot more obtain. Well, that is a lot, actually. I don't know.
Are you talking about to hit rank 50?
No. I'm saying to hit rank 50 in ranked multiplayer takes way longer than getting 100 wins in ranked multiplayer.
Oh.
Right?
I guess.
Would you say?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Or definitely. What do you mean? Yeah, the math is simple. Yeah. Because you need more than 2 stars per rank. So yeah, it's way more. So the fact that they made the ranked veteran weapon camo more obtainable, potentially, although maybe this is how it works now.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how multiplayer ranked works, and I don't care.
Yeah, whatever.
I thought you were talking about BR at first.
So for Warzone, this is pretty cool. If you get 1,000 kills or assists in the season, you will get the Warzone Season 4 ranked veteran camo. Oh,
that's what I'm saying. That's also
I'm thinking of operator skin. Yeah, I don't care.
Oh, yeah. And 1,000 kills is as unobtainable as hitting rank 50 for most players. I mean, 1,000 kills
well,
is
1,000 kills
many.
or assists, that is a ton,
but that's just
yeah.
in ranked, yeah. Mm-hmm. So kids hitting rank 50 are also going to do that. It's not really changing much at all.
Yeah, you're right, actually, because how many kids is an average person getting per game of Warzone ranked? You're probably getting on average 7 kills, 6 kills.
Yeah, something around there.
So yeah, you're right. Actually, that's absurd.
I'm not even sure I've hit 10 in a ranked game, honestly. So yeah, no one will still ever get it.
I think you have. But yeah, anyway, yeah, it'll take that. If it was 10 every game, it'd still be 100. So yeah, you're right. Earning rewards in top 250. It's all the same shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't care. New prestige levels. Very cool looking little icons here.
Mm-hmm.
Prestige
cool.
icons. Very cool. That left one is fucking dope. The candle one's kind of weird, but
one's
they're cool. Anyway. Yeah, they talk about that. It doesn't matter. Patch notes will be available next week. They don't say when. Oh yeah, just prior to launch on June 14th. So we'll get patch notes the day of the patch, like an hour or two earlier. So like 7 or 8 a.m. Pacific time on the 14th, we'll get patch notes. So yeah, cool.
I hope there's other info then by Tuesday. Otherwise, we may have nothing new to even talk about before the update comes out, now that I think about it.
We could consider doing a Q&A on Saturday and then talking about Vondel on Tuesday next week. and using the blog post on Vondel we already have that we just got today to talk about on Tuesday.
It's just so long at that point, but Vondel still won't be out by then, I guess. It'll just be coming out.
Yeah, it'd still be before Vondel launches, so
yeah,
maybe we'll do that.
Figure it out. And I think that's it.
Pretty much it, yeah.
Here's another look at my new favorite operator right here.
Yeah.
God, just take the pants off.
They do like an out of combat overview, the new Twitter account, which we've already talked about. They're selling a little ghost little figurine in their store, whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
COD
League
Championship
2023 Championship
next
goes
weekend.
all in. Yep, heading to Las Vegas. There you
I'll
go.
be sipping
That's
on a Mai Tai. while I'm
Dude,
watching.
COD Shop highlight Orion Ghost collectible. That thing is fucking cute.
Where do you see
That
it?
is a cute little bud. Scroll down, buddy.
Oh my God.
That thing is cute, dude.
That's adorable.
That's the cutest thing I might have ever seen in my life.
That's really cute.
That thing is dope looking, dude,
Holy
actually.
shit. Yeah, someone buy me that. Holy
God
shit.
damn it. How much is it? Buy it here. Let me click it.
Yeah, how much is it? It's going to be... Wait, hold on. Let me guess.
$30.
Oh, really? I was
not
going to say that shit's
terrible.
going to be like $100 or something. $30. Yeah, and it only cost them 40 cents to manufacture in China.
Oh, man. Too bad this isn't a pop figure, because I already have all the pop figures. It'd be nice if this was like a pop figure also.
Instead. How about that?
Yeah, you should pop that pussy for a real.
And I think that's it for the blog post, yeah.
Yeah, that's it for the blog post for sure. I'm just looking at this cute little bud, dude.
Yeah.
God, that thing is
You
dope.
like that cute little bud, huh?
Yeah. It's from a company called, what's the company? Tunes? U2s. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. And that's
Cool.
it for the blog post, yeah. So, overall, season 4, what are your thoughts, bud?
Looks dope.
does.
I'm over expecting anything to change, so all I expect now is content. So I think it looks really good. And
Yeah.
honestly, the more I've played Resurgence, the more I've gotten used to the movement and feeling and everything. Especially having like double time, the game feels fast enough now. They're never going to change anything else, so I don't care. I'm not going to keep getting my hopes up and then being disappointed because they're not going to ever change the movement or make sliding good or make dolphin diving faster or make the animations quicker. So I'm done with it. So at this point, all I am going to care about is content, and this season has a shitload of it. Vondel can be excellent.
Has potential.
It has the
Yeah.
potential to be actually like, it looks so cool. I really hope it's fun to actually play. All depends on that water. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I
New
agree.
guns sound whatever, fine. I don't really care much about that. I'm just mostly excited for the new map and all the features that are coming with like those taxis, the new redeployment shit. So we'll see. I'm
So
excited
the
for those
bulk
patch
of
notes.
the bulk of my excitement is definitely Vondel. It has a lot of potential, and it's just going to depend to what degree does the water detract from my experience. If it's like 10%, then it's still going to be really fun, and I'll be very happy with it. I especially like that it's 72 instead of 52 players. That's going to be a really interesting, cool dynamic.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. Just like we used to talk all the time about SBMM, we used to talk all the time about aim assist. You guys have probably noticed we just don't talk about those things anymore because it's a waste of time. It's never going to change. It doesn't matter. Get used to it or stop playing because it's not going anywhere. The same thing is probably true of the movement speed, the various speeds of Modern Warfare 2. Kind of a slow ass game. I get on board or get fucked, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I think it's not changing ever. It would have changed by now, especially after that call got leaked and then the devs apologized. And then season 4 comes out with no changes to movement. If they were going to do them, they would do it right when season 4 launches. So
Yeah,
unless they're going to
exactly.
stick it into the patch notes, we're never getting it. So stop bitching about it.
Could be
It's
one of
not
those
gonna
things
change.
where it's going to be they don't talk about it and don't even hype it up and then just sneak it in there. But yeah, I'm not too optimistic for it either.
I'm not either.
And if something doesn't come in season 4, yeah, no other core mechanics are changing a whole lot between now and when the next game title comes out.
Yeah. I need to go pee. You can keep going or you can
I'll keep going.
break in. It's up to you. All right.
We already talked about some of this. Next thing up here, just real quick here. World Series of Warzone NA qualifiers was yesterday. That was pretty exciting to watch. I was watching some different streams, mostly watching Hisoka's POV. So top 25 teams made that. Bottom 25, see ya, did not. They did not qualify. But so these guys, the next round, I think is in July. It's not till they play again. The European qualifiers are going on right now, but I don't really know any of the European players mostly, so I don't follow it. That's going on. Biggest thing here is we had talked a lot about the Scummin drama with all that. With Scummin being kicked by Huskers and Unrational, and him going on a rampage on Twitter saying he got fucked over, this and that. Huskers and Unrational calling him childish. People bagging on him, saying, grow up, you're toxic as fuck. Well, they stayed together because it turns out, as we had talked about, and it was like we thought was going to be true, they couldn't drop him. The rosters were locked at the time. So they played together, and they got third place. So Aiden and Rada, those are two top names. They got first place with some guy named Adrian. Second place, Almond, Noobs, and Tommy, again, very well known. And then third place was Huskers, Unrational, and Scummin. So they did very well together. I was watching Huskers stream for a little bit. They were communicating a lot. That game that I saw, Huskers had like the least amount of kills of all of them. He had like 5. I think Scummin had 10 or 15 that game. Unrational had 10 or 15. One of them had that. And they were like, they were hyping each other up. Good shit. So we'll see what happens, because now I guess the rosters are open, or they're opening I think they opened today. So you can drop one person from your roster now until like the end of June. So we'll see what happens there. If I were them, obviously I wouldn't do anything. They just got third place in the qualifier. And of course, as we said before, Scummin, as toxic as he may be and childish, he's definitely a better player than Huskers and Unrational. So I think after they see this third place, I think they should be sticking together. It'd be pretty dumb for Huskers and Unrational to drop him. I don't know the stats, but I would guess he probably carried them with the most kills. So yeah, that all ended up fine for Scummin. So, and they won some money from that, a small amount. I don't know, 10,000 to split 3 ways. So after United States taxes, they got, I don't know, $30 maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Gavin Newsom is gonna take the tax money he got from that and go to the French Laundry once again. So,
but yeah, pretty. Let's see what else was going on here.
Pretty interesting. Yeah.
Who else got top 10? I think Swag's team did pretty good. I guess he didn't get top 10.
He did not get top 10. No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But so Scummin's team did very well despite all the strife. Yeah. And I would not expect them to be breaking up. And
Soka, Skullface, Shifty. Shifty and Hisoka are 1 and 2 right now on the ranked leaderboards. They won the last World Series of Warzone and they placed 4th. So they're expecting definitely to finish better next time.
In first place, Team Aiden.
Yeah.
He did it again. Wow.
Aiden's just always fucking around, it seems like, too, and he just always wins.
Yeah.
He's real he hasn't been playing ranked that much. I mean, he's in top 250, but I don't even know what he's at. He doesn't really play it that much, but he just shows up to the tournaments and just wins them all the time. It's pretty crazy.
On this topic, by the way, in 7th place is Team Jowo.
That surprised me.
That is kind of surprising, yeah. He also had he's with Breadman and Limax, by the way, for those of you interested. Breadman being on KBAM, also very interesting little bipartisan team there.
Bipartisan,
the Keys Party and the Sticks Party, they, I guess, joined forces. Anyway, he tweeted after this event, he was like, just so you guys know, ranked Warzone is not at all practice for World Series of Warzone. They play super fucking differently, which is not that surprising. And I just thought that was worth mentioning, is that although the rule set is basically identical to ranked Warzone, including the fact that it's trios, it's a lot different playing ranked Warzone online with a variety of different ranks of players and the World Series of Warzone, which is like only the best, 30 teams or something, or however many teams there are. So just to reiterate that, the flow of the games does play and feel differently, at least from Jovo's perspective. I've not watched too much World Series of Warzone yet, but I totally believe that that is true. One thing I would like to ask you, Tanner, because you were saying you were watching a lot of World Series of Warzone. How much sniping did you see?
There was some sniping going on.
Okay. Overpowered?
I mean, who I was watching was never sniping, but I know they were. Well, actually, no. I think at one point Skullface was sniping, but I wasn't watching his POV, but he was on the team I was watching. I know he had talked about that because I remember at one point he's like, I think this is a Cronin in circle, and they're like, for sure, yeah, pick up the Cronin instead. So he got his second loadout and picked up that instead.
Okay.
But one thing, a lot of them were using a different thermal scope that zooms. It's more like a sniper scope. But that was happening a lot. Like when I was watching Ahsoka, it was ending around marshlands, and they had smoke all around them, and there was a team rotating in on the edge of gas behind them on the other side of the river. They just destroying all of them through smoke. And then after that game, they're like, okay, we need to set up a thermal class. Like, keep your classes, but also set up this thermal one. And then they were running that the next game, like the entire match, actually. So thermals are still in play. Actually, no, they did see one guy running cold-blooded. So I'm not sure how common that was.
Did it work?
Yeah, cold-blooded was only bugged against that one specific scope that everyone was using.
Oh!
But that's what we talked about. It's still just generally not going to be worth running. But maybe in World Series of Warzone it is when it's very slow pace.
Exactly.
You don't need fast hands as much.
Exactly.
Because you're not necessarily rushing kills. You're more trying to win.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think most of them yesterday were running resupply, actually. And then all of them are running Ghost, of course. I don't think people are running high alert. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like they're like 6th, 7th circle, and there's like 40 to 60 players left. It's wild.
Yeah.
Like more than
Exactly.
that even at times. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So super interesting late games. Exciting matches for sure. I had a lot of fun watching it. So I'm excited to see the next stage.
Okay. Do you expect that thermal to get banned?
I don't think so, because I think you kind of do need a counter to the smokes. Because everyone's just the whole late game circle is just completely smoked. So I don't know.
Smoked up. Yeah.
I think you do need
it's
something.
interesting.
They're all also keeping smokes like in their backpacks and stuff, so they're all throwing like 4 of them at a time.
Yeah.
Like their backpack situation is totally different than pubs. They're like, they don't even hold that many plates. They'll keep like an extra 1 stack of plates, maybe 2, and they'll keep streaks, they'll keep smokes and Semtexes in there, muni box, something like that, extra muni box. So, but yeah, really exciting.
Yeah. That might be one argument to have slightly different rules in World Series of Warzone.
Yeah.
Than actual ranked online.
Yeah.
Like a restriction on all thermals not in ranked online, but maybe in World Series of Warzone.
Yeah, I wonder what they were thinking about that.
But I think, like you said, I think the better solution is like if all the players agree, just GA it.
Yeah, let them decide. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, yeah, good comms. Very interesting stuff there.
And then next up here regarding the World Series of Warzone, they finally added a caster view. Unfortunately, I don't think this is in customs and probably never would be. They like just made this for the World Series of Warzone tournaments. But as you can see on the screen here, they had some cool POVs. So that on the right is the whole map, and it's showing where every single team is at, every single player. It's got a number next to their name. So squad 17 is right here, squad 38 is right here, all of them. Interesting to see, by the way, how like no one lands outside of the first circle hardly. Like you would think it would almost be a strat to like someone go way far out and land oil, get a bunch of loot, bunch of money coming with a chopper. But it's weird to see all of them just end up in the starting circle as soon as the plane comes in.
Great first circle, by the way, for the
Great
World
first
Series
circle.
of Warzone.
40% of it, if that, is in water. Probably 30% is in water. I mean, on land. The rest of it is outside the map and on water. Yeah.
It's so fucking bad, yeah.
Yeah, and then on the left side, they have a view of different squads. That's pretty cool. And here's another image. This is what it looks like when they're spectating a player. So in the bottom left, it'll show whoever they're spectating. It'll show their kills, downs, revives, damage, all on the screen. It'll show at the top how many teams are left, how many players are left, when the circle's going to close. It shows the mini map And it's like CDL2 multiplayer where when they're fighting other teams, it'll show where those guys are through the wall. They're like highlighted through the wall there. Then in the bottom left corner, it'll say how many plates every person on that squad has, how much money they have,
if you got
their
that
guns.
as a player, by the way.
I saw people saying that. They're like, why can't we just have this too as players?
Yeah.
Like kind of like we had at the end of Warzone 1 with all
Exactly.
that shit that Raven did. So yeah, this was cool from a viewer perspective. Again, I prefer to just watch a player's point of view. I don't want to watch a main broadcast and watch them swap between teams. I kind of like just watching one and listen to them talk. I think that's more interesting, but definitely a much better viewing experience than we've ever had for Warzone tournaments. So that's cool.
Absolutely, yeah. It's very reminiscent of like the codcasting that's existed in multiplayer. It looks the same, but there's just like additional info because it's Warzone. So yeah, they handled that well. Looks good.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then a few more.
We see the makings of what should be the UI as a player, where you can see how much money each individual person on your team has, how many plates they have, what their health is.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they snuck that in Season 4. That'd be a great change. I mean, just knowing the cash amount would be fantastic, so I don't have to fucking sit there and do math for 25 seconds if we have a loadout
exactly.
or not. Exactly. Great. So moving on, just a few more things. Charlie Intel tweeted out like 5 days ago now. COD cheat providers Morbius and Ghost Aim, haven't heard of either of them, have said they're shutting down their operations after Activision sent them a cease and desist. So there we go. 2 more cheat providers gone. I've heard the cheaters in Warzone Ranked has been really bad lately. A lot of people complaining about that. Again, we haven't been playing Ranked, so I don't know. And next thing here from Charlie Intel, Activision Blizzard has also sent a cease and desist to Lurgware, the person behind the attacks on Black Ops Cold War. So I guess those attacks on Black Ops Cold War were something different. And it's a cheat provider that essentially, if you had that cheat, you could, like, you open up the thing like when you see an engine owning, there's a bunch of different settings. You can basically click on someone's name in the lobby and like get their IP address and all this shit that way. So Activision has sent them a cease and desist. Not clear if this means the game is safe to play, but the person who is exploiting the IP hack/crash in the game has shut down their hack tool. And the hack provider said on Twitter, "Dear customers, staff have received a cease and desist from Activision Blizzard and will be shutting down our operation in order to comply. Thanks to all of our customers for being so great."
Yeah, and your own life, Lurgware, but yeah.
Yeah, so not sure if that's sure or not, if you can still.
So by the way, Activision's solution, instead of like having decent security or like firewalls in their game, they just go to the individual who's making the hack and tells them to stop it. So that's good. I'll take it. But like, also let's just have like a good firewall for our game. Yeah. Because who's to stop some other guy from making a hack tool? And then we have to wait 2 more weeks for you to send another cease and desist? Yeah. It's a Band-Aid. I'll take it. But also, what the fuck are you doing playing Cold War? Stop. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah. Good.
And last thing here, Charlie Intel tweeted out, again, the Steam charts that we talk about usually monthly, how the player base is doing, specifically for Steam, which is far and away the smallest player base portion of Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2. May marked the lowest month numbers of players playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 on Steam since the game's launch. So
that's crazy.
I think the average was around... Oh, hold on. That doesn't actually show. I thought that showed the average. Steam charts, MW2. Let me just pull it up right here. Yes, so last 30 days, for example, the average players was 62,000. The month before that, 63. Before that, 81,000, 86,000, 96,000. So it's dropping every month. So Ranked did, in fact, not save Warzone whatsoever, as I'd kind of expected. Most people just don't care. So yeah, it's done well for the Twitch numbers and things like that. But yeah, it's not bringing players back, and it's not going to.
Yeah,
and Vondel releasing at this point also isn't going to bring many players back. I think releasing Vondel will actually bring more players back and be interested in playing the game than Ranked Warzone did. But yeah, I think we're just going to continue the downward trend till the next game comes out.
Yeah, I think I agree. Yeah, besides a new whole ass map, like you just said, the only other thing they could have done to bring a bunch of people back was a ranked mode for Warzone, which they did. And maybe there was an uptick in May, or excuse me, in April, but didn't even carry over for a month. So yeah.
Well, it wasn't an uptick. It was still lower than the previous month, and then May was lower
April
than
still
April.
lower than March?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah. So rank didn't do shit.
Yes.
Then for the player count.
Starting in January went 102, February 96, March 86, April 81, and then May big drop down to 63, and then now 62. So it's hovering around the same.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought there was going to be not a lot more players concurrently.
Yeah.
So obviously this is only Steam, which is, it's just Steam, but it's still, I think the number of average players over 30 days on Steam is going to be reflective of total number of average players. Why wouldn't it be?
Yep.
It's not like there would be a drop in the average number of Steam players, but an increase in like PlayStation. Like that doesn't make any sense. What would be the reason for that? There isn't one. So if there's a decline on the Steam charts, it's almost certainly true on every platform.
Yeah.
So yeah, while it doesn't show every player of MW2, it's an indication of every population, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see what Vondel does. Because if Vondel does not contribute to like a market uptick, quite literally nothing will until the next game comes out.
No, yeah, of course not. I have a feeling the player base when Vondel launches will be higher than like May, for example. I think it'll be
like 70K.
I think the average will be a little bit higher. But yeah, like peak players last 30 day on Steam, 102,000 compared to in January, the peak players was almost 170,000.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it. We were going to talk a little bit about the Nick Merckx shit. If you guys really want to hear our Nick Merckx take, donate us money. If we get a total of 50 United States dollars or more saying, oh, we want to hear you guys talk about Nick Merckx and how he hates gay kids or whatever, then we'll talk about it on Saturday. Otherwise, we're not going to. We figured we might at the end of this episode, depending on how long it's run, but it's run long, so we're not doing it. So once again, 50 United States dollars in total. You don't have to do it all yourself. Make a cabal, donate us money, and then we'll talk about it on Saturday. Otherwise, we fucking won't. And get fucked, I guess. Stay humble.
Stay humble.
Free trials, don't forget. All right, stay humble.